Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. It is Monday. I'm here to confirm for you. Good morning, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Yes, it is Monday. Good morning. I just yesterday I felt real bad. I was real excited to stream with you guys and play some more Hades. I woke up. I mean, I know a lot of you suffer migraines. I don't need to explain it. I woke up with the fucking blackout migraine. Like I couldn't look at anything. I couldn't open my eyes. I was just like sweating and crying. It was just woke up that way. It was so fucking bad. So bad. Like if you've ever had a migraine, I have the migraine hangover today. They're great. It's like a day where you're just kind of shaky and weird. This is post migraine day. I hate it. It's better than the fucking migraine, but man, they are awful and they really don't make sense. Like every time I get one, like of course, my brain's like you're going to die, but then I'm like no. So many people have headaches and migraines. I actually saw they're doing a study on teenagers. Harvard's doing a study on teenagers who suffer migraines. Like it's just this weird thing and like there's nothing touches it. Nothing. Nothing, no painkiller touches them, man. You can gargle painkillers all day. Nothing touches them. You just sit and hope for death for a bit, and then one moment they break. It's so weird. They're just the boom. Oh my god, boom, man. You know what? I feel like a lot of people. It's like the weather, the spring summer like changeover. I've seen on Twitter and stuff. A lot of people have had really bad headaches and like waking up with sore backs and stuff. I can't help but think it's probably the weather. Maybe. Thank you, Rod, for complimenting my makeup. I think I said that. I don't know. Like I said, migraine hangover. Please excuse my brain today. Yesterday was man. I was in the kitchen making coffee and I slammed my like right here into the corner of a shelf. Didn't even feel it. That's how bad the migraine was. Like didn't even like a sharp corner. Didn't even fucking feel it. It was so bad. But I missed you guys and I wanted to hang out. Really, Delicia, you know what's weird? It actually kind of helps. I think a lot of my migraines are caused by sinus pressure. And when I do these like fucking tight top knots, it pulls my scalp up and like pulls my sinuses up. It's so weird. It kind of like have you ever just done this when your sinuses hurt? I've done everything. I mean, if you have sinus problems, you've touched your face all over trying to figure it out. But just like raising this skin a little bit can relieve sinus pressure. It's really interesting. Because your sinuses, I mean, they're like a butterfly across your head. They're really creepy. But it really depends. It's sometimes top knots definitely hurt my head. I fuck. It's a toss up. No shit, I get migraines at work a shitload. Dude, Pat, I used to literally live in a state of migraine when I worked at the hospital because of the fluorescent lighting and that dry fucking air. Oh my god, I swear to god, it was like a joke. Like within an hour of clocking in, I would start to get a headache. And it's just I mean, I'm sure it was a combination of working night shift and, it's nighttime, but you're staring into those fluorescent lights all night long. And then that dry surgery air, just that cold, dry air being blown at you all day. I swear to God, we all had sinus infections all the time because of it. It was insane. Like, I mean, I get it. I know why they are circulating air. They have to. But God, it's torture on your face. Good morning, Rage. How are you? Dude, that five head banging today. Dude, I have such a small forehead. This makes my head look bigger. I'm actually into it. Thank you, Erican, for resummoning the class. Keeping the class. I haven't given it any swings, by the way. Seriously, I have like a three head, maybe. Maybe. Two head on this side. I have a really small forehead. Moment you step out of the hospital, you start being fine. Exactly. It's like no shit. I used to take breaks with the smokers and go outside just to get some fucking moist air in my nose, just to get relief. That dry air was hell. The barometric pressure migraines, yes. Yep. And I Googled, like, where's the worst barometric pressure in the US? Colorado. The moment you step out of the hospital, you start being fine. Exactly. Sinus headaches are annoying. At least mine aren't migraine level. Mine aren't always migraine level, but there's just sometimes I think it's like the perfect storm. It was like post period, which, I mean, if you know hormones, when you come off of a menstrual cycle, your hormones take a big old tank and often lead to migraines. And then, the weather changes and sinuses and all that. Like, it was just the perfect fucking storm for my face to be in pain. Even about those two things, hospital, yeah. Yep, you fucking get it, Funk. How are you? Same, boatman, same. I mean, it's just, I was telling chat that the other day, like, my parents still make fun of me for this, my parents still give me a hard time about it to this day, but like, the way our house was when we were growing up, my dad built it. It was like a layer cake, like a 3-story layer cake of a hexagon. And I was in the basement. My parents were in the top floor, and the middle floor was like the general like living room, kitchen area, whatever. But because my dad designed it and he's a plumber, he designed it so all the bathrooms were stacked on top of each other. So then the plumbing, was whatever, efficient or something. I'm not a plumber. I don't fucking know. But every morning I would wake up at like 6 in the morning, go to take a shower before school, and just have to hawk my face up. And my parents could hear it on the 3rd floor of the building coming through the vents. Because I'd be in the shower like, and every morning. And they still, to this day. Oh, there goes Hawker. You made me, you asshats. Fix it. Wait, Ghetto, which one? Nick, bidets are incredible. I'm not kidding. I mean, I'm not sponsored by Tushy. We have the cheapest Tushy you can get. And Zach is like, he can't live without it now. And it's not just because of the toilet paper. Those things are incredible. The rest of the world has been on it for so long. It's so weird that we're so behind on it. We're still like wiping our dirty asses with tissue paper. They are funk. And that's literally what I try to tell people when, people will come in and ask my advice every once in a while. Like, hey, Katie, these are my symptoms. Do you think I should go to the ER? Because I'm never going to diagnose, like, obviously, I think you all know me by now. I would never diagnose someone over the internet. But I can absolutely tell you if it's time to go to the hospital. And I always tell people, like the ER, for real, is the dirtiest place in the world. That's where you're going to get sick. So unless you are literally very scared of, death or something, I wouldn't go to the ER. Like, it's hospitals, man. You just want to stay the fuck, like, unless you have to go, stay the fuck away. They're so goddamn dirty. And it's not for lack of cleaning. It's just impossible. We can't clean every 5 seconds, and there's new people coming to the hospital every 5 seconds. They clean as often as they fucking can. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's impossible, but it's man, just don't go unless you have to, because it is a dirty, 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 dirty. There's also a major low pressure trough working over CO. That's probably what's killing my face. Yeah. Yep. Apparently London almost had a mayor named Count Binface. That's amazing. A literal dude that looked like the love child of the Black Knight from Holy Grail. Oh my god, that's amazing. Funk, I get that. Dude, be safe. Be safe. It is. Alive is the movie. Wait, what? I fucking love the game Hades. Are you kidding? I mean, I'm not. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah, my back has been fucked up, so I try to, like, I have a couple games on back, like, just always installed just in case when I can't. Like, when my back gets fucked up, it really kills me to do this swivel between my monitors, so it's good game days, and Hades is incredible. I have so many hours in that game, it's disgusting. But it's just so good. Like, it's still so good. I don't get it. Oh, don't forget, we're still doing our, oh my god, and speaking of our charity, so for those that are just swinging by or you haven't been buying a bit, whatever, for the past week, I think it's 6 days officially, our stream team, Control Donate, has been raising money for St. Jude's. It is a team of amazing people, all of which I've known for many, many years, and no shit, this morning we hit 50,000. Like, this is a group of people raising money for a month, and in less than a week, we hit half of our goal. We hit half of $100,000. It's $50,000 in less than a week for charity is orgasmic. Oh, are we still in the Hades? We should be just chatting for now. Thank you. I like to wake up and just chat for a bit. Thank you, Glad. I appreciate you. I forgot to change it. This is why staph infections from the hospital are insanely bad. 100%. I mean, that's why MRSA is so fucking rampant. I mean, there's some nasty statistics out there about how nurses and medical staff probably have MRSA. Like, we probably just all have it in our nose or something. Like, it's almost impossible to avoid at this point. And if you don't know what MRSA is, methicillin-resistant Staphylococcus aureus. It's essentially something we created in the hospital by overusing the antibiotics. Not we, but, like, generations past and shit, when we would just throw the full spectrum at you no matter what. Or like, every time you came into the hospital just to make you go away, we'd give you a Z-Pack, even though you have a viral infection. Z-Pack's not going to do fucking fuck all for that. Yeah, oh my God, Pat. Yeah, I mean, when the shutdown was still going on, when COVID first hit really, really hard, I broke a rib. Yeah, I know. Crazy. Broke a rib. And it was, I mean, I don't need to tell you, Pat, but medical, we're the worst. We will sit at home with a bone sticking out of our body and be like, it's fine. There are people out there that are worse. I'm okay. So, of course, I sat around for a while with this broken rib before I couldn't breathe. And I remember I went to go take a bath. This is the funniest part. I went to take a bath to try to like just, an Epsom salt bath, relax the muscles, try to get it to go back in or something. And I tried to raise myself out of the bath and couldn't. I was stuck. And I yelped, and Zach was live streaming, and I yelped so loud he heard it and thought I was masturbating and left me. So apparently I come in pain. I didn't know. Oh, P. Diddy, you gotta go. Sorry. Wait, no, this is just Mace. Is this P. Diddy and Mace? That's P. Diddy. That was P. Diddy, wasn't it? I can't do it. He's big, big, big creep. Yeah, so I definitely broke my rib having sex. Thanks for reminding me. Yes. Okay. It is. I'm what I would call a reckless fucker. Like in the moment, I'm just like, get mine, and then afterwards you're like, how come something's bleeding? Why is your foot sideways? No shit. I mean, not to overshare, but it is kind of funny. We were fucking in the kitchen, and I have marble countertops, and just I guess pounding my rib cage against a marble countertop edge was enough to do it. But I didn't notice till afterwards. Cheers. It's like embarrassing, but kind of it's still embarrassing. In years, it'll be funny. It's very affirming and painful to listen to. I don't think I actually scream in pain when I have orgasms. I don't. Zach's never said anything like, Jesus Christ. Holy shit. It was very on brand. It does. I mean, I've done that, dude. I mean, this is like overshare, but uh, fucking on wood floors, and then when you like go to take a shower the next day or whatever that night, and your shoulder blades are just covered in strips of broken blood vessels. Anyone else? I'm just enthusiastic. What can I say? So it was. I mean, all jokes aside, I'd have to say that might be one of the worst injuries I've ever had in my life, though, including being shattered by a horse. It was. I've never had like a core injury like that before, where breathing, coughing, moving, your eyes hurts. Dude, ribs are pure trash. I would rather have a migraine. At least I can breathe. Like I mean, nothing. Nothing. I could do nothing. It was so, and they can do nothing when you go to the hospital. Like I think if I remember correctly, I was just at the point where I couldn't function. Zach was like, I'm taking you to the ER. Like he forced me. He was like, we're going. You're so fucked up. And I went and they did x-rays and everything. And they're like, yeah, your rib's broken. Here's some painkillers. Like there's nothing they can do about it. It's literally lay flat and hope for the best. It was terrible, but at least I got painkillers that knocked me out. They didn't take away the pain, but they knocked me out, which was nice. Oh my God, what did you miss completely? Robo, what did you miss completely? All I was saying was the ribs. I mean, all jokes aside about the fucking rib injuries are the fucking, oh God. I never want that again. That was so bad. Just like, and of course it's me, so I want to smoke the pain away. I couldn't smoke. Couldn't smoke pot, couldn't do anything because I couldn't expand my chest at all. Ugh. Never. I'd take anything over that. That was non-functional. Carpet burns on the knees, dude. It's good to talk about things like this because it's good to realize that sex looks weird if it feels good, and we're all slip sliding all over the place and looking funny, right? We're just like a bunch of pink sacks of fat slapping together. Nope, nothing you can do for a broken rib. They don't even brace it. They do nothing. It's like, here's painkillers. Good luck. If you don't break a few bones or get deep green bruising, are you really even getting some? I mean, I don't know if I can speak to that. I bruise so easily. Carpet burns, grass stains, mosquito bites, sand in your butthole. Don't fuck on sand. It ain't cool. It's no. Rug burn on the back. Yes. Oh my God. I got a rug. No shit. I'm sure a lot of people who have ass have gotten this, but the rug burn right here, like right on your tailbone, right there. Oh my God. Why? How does that spine bone even stick out? That been there. It's the fucking worst. Yeah, right. You know the exact spot, Viata. It's like, I think it's just people who have that curved spine. So, like, that's, my back doesn't lay flat on the ground. If I lay flat on the ground, it's like my shoulders touch and my ass touches. And then there's that, whoop. That spot. Then it just, because that's right where your pants sit. So for the rest of your day, you're just like, oh yeah, I had great sex, but now I have a blister on my spine? Okay. Water sex is stupid. Don't do it. I'm not, I mean, most of you are my age, if not older. It's not like I need to speak to it, but water sex, don't. All you're doing is eliminating fucking lubrication. I think a lot of us have already fucked up in this way. Don't do that. It's the dumbest thing, especially if it's chlorinated water. Are you kidding me? God, no. Fuck no. I think I've told you this before, CK in chat, but one time Cocky inadvertently scratched my friend. No, you have not told me that! Wait, but how? What? I don't even have it. I'm so uncomfortable right now. What? How? No. 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 Magnissimo, thank you so much for subbing to the class. Came to class 11, giving it so fucking long. I feel like you just resubbed. What the fuck? I appreciate you. Is this the end of the internet? Is this the sign that I shouldn't have streamed on a Monday? We need details, bitch. Oh! I think one of my most uncomfortable injuries was pulling my groin and my hip flexor in the same leg at the same... Oh my God, did you just end up frozen inside of them? Did you just fall over? Like, what the fuck do you even do? Worst fears. Getting a Charlie horse while fucking? Oh my God, what do you even do? There was a kid in high school who got a poison ivy on his face. Oh. And his girl got it on her noni because they fucked in the woods and she sat in it. Oh. Okay, she was slapping to base and it was a fingernail situation. What did you finish? Ugh, Jesus Christ. No. Oh. How did you get a microcut from what? Oh, yeah, double calf cramps, that's a no-no. I get those when I'm sleeping. Honestly, I don't get them as much now that I take magnesium. Think fuck. If you get muscle cramps, like I used to wake up in the middle of the night with like my hands were numb or my arm would be cramped or I'd get a horrible Charlie horse in like my foot or my calf. No shit. Ever since I started just taking a daily magnesium, I get it like once a month, maybe. I don't know. I'm not one to like tout in vitamins and shit, but there's something, and it's not a placebo because it's while I'm fucking sleeping. And it was that day she became a Batman villain. Jesus Christ. I powered through, then went to the training room after, was still in college for treatment. Oh my God. I'm going to get a cramp in my calf thinking about it. My toes are curling. I wouldn't be able to. I would just start crying. Oh my God. You're a fucking monster. That's just impressive. I think the worst, I've never really had like, I mean, the minor sex, I mean, other than the rib. The rib is the worst sex injury I've ever had, if you consider that a sex injury. But we were talking about this the other day. Like, take care of your cuticles and your fingernails, because there ain't nothing worse than a hangnail touching my little clit. That is numero uno way to get me to back the fuck away from you. Absolutely not. That shit is not okay. I don't know why. I know a lot of people think it's gay to get a fucking manicure if you work manual labor, for fuck's sake. Those calluses feel bad. Blah. Magnesium really works, dude. I think it was Glut who's the one who suggested it to me, because there were a couple days I couldn't stream because I'd wake up all night long with these horrible, horrible, horrible cramps in my leg that would wake me up, and I'd just be incapacitated. Like, I'd have to get up out of bed and start stretching my leg and shit like that, and I couldn't sleep. Like, I literally, every time I went to sleep, I would get these horrible cramps, and I'm hydrated, man. I stretch, I don't know. In my teens, I jerked it without lube. Yep. I can't even fathom. Cheers. Happy Monday. I'm glad I'm not the only one that's got fucked up during sex, though. It can be quite acrobatic, and you don't even realize it. Like, it's not like you're aiming to be acrobatic. You just start doing it, and then afterwards you're like, why does everything hurt? I used to get mani-pedis all the time I used to get them when I worked at the hospital. Because that rub, the alcohol foam, you know, like the hand sanitizing foam that's outside every single patient room if you've ever been in the hospital. I know Bowman has. That shit, I mean, we have to do that and then wash our hands in boiling water every single fucking time we walk in and out of a patient's room. And it was destroying my hands. I mean, my cuticles were, like this part of my nail, like the nail bed was receding. It was so bad. So I started going and getting gel nail polish, which now I just do by myself. But it's not fake nails. It's just like this UV cured nail polish that's rock fucking hard, but it protects my nails and my cuticles so much more from that alcohol, dude. That shit was destroying my hands. Oh, was it UN Glut? Thank you. You know, if you've ever had those cramps at nighttime, we need sleep. Like, man, not sleeping is the worst. They're the devil. They're the worst, right? And they're just, what do you do? I mean, all you can do is get up and stretch it out and wait for it to go away. And it's not, I mean, I forgot my water in the kitchen, but I know we're hydrated. Like, it's not that. Cheers. I gotta repack. One moment. I got a whistle. No shit, my wife has to take magnesium for her cramps. She can be asleep and it will cramp so bad you'll think someone cut her leg off. Me. No shit, have you woken up in the middle of the night to rub her leg out for her? Because Zach has done that for me. Like, bless his goddamn heart. I try to stay silent. Like, I'm seriously, like, I try to swing myself off the edge of the bed and just sit there and, like, cry in silence and stretch my own leg. He inevitably always wakes up. And he crawls to the edge of the bed with his eyes closed and just sits there and starts, like, squeezing my calf and bending my foot around. He doesn't say a thing. He just knows it feels like I'd rather my leg cut off. Seriously, I have a pretty fucking high pain tolerance. That shit is horrific. Like, I've quite literally sat there and just started to punch the side of my leg to try to get that cramp to release. Like, just my knuckle straight into the side of my leg and woken up with just bruises up and down my leg because I don't know what else to do. Like, they're terrible. I empathize so hard. They're just, there's no fucking rhyme or reason. What the fuck? Wait, Revolt's got what? Did I miss something? I always trim my nails and make sure my hands are good. Dude, same. I think it's just, we all have soft skins between our legs, regardless of what your genitals look like. If we're going to put hands down there, we should be respectful, right? A cam friend I had at one point used a product like Nair. Oh, like, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. She's got a chemical burn on her vagina. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh. What? Oh, no. I gotta finish reading this. Just give me a minute because I read it. It's so bad. Cam friend I had at one point used a product like Nair on her no-no zone. It was not bikini area safe. I don't think they had bikini area safe Nair for quite some time, to be honest. The chemical burn was bad. Like, ever see those monkeys with swollen red butts? Oh. I don't know what to do. Yeah, don't. I mean, even if they told me, like, hey, this is a cream that dissolves the organic matter that is your hair, but somehow doesn't dissolve the sensitive mucous membrane of the inside of your vagina lips, I wouldn't believe them. Oh, it's Jones. What is it? Hold on. I've used two different brands, Viata, but there's one that I really like. Hold on. It's like Jones something. My nail polish hoard. Um, nope. Jodson. Fucking Jodsone. I don't know. I get them on Amazon. But I did look up like reviews on Reddit and shit, and this doesn't have the weird like formaldehyde base in it that like destroys your cuticles and shit like that. But I really, really like this brand because every other brand I've ever used, basically, you know, you do a base coat and then you do color or whatever, and then you do a top coat and that seals it. Every every step of the nail polish is tacky as fuck until you get a top coat on. So like I would have to sit here, paint my nails, cure it, and then like get the next layer on as quick as possible. Because if a piece of dust from the airflow flew near my hand, it would stick and be done for. This shit is not tacky, not one layer of it. So like base coat's not tacky, the color's not tacky, the top coat's never tacky, but it's never tacky. Like every cure is smooth and rock hard, and it just doesn't like get. I can't. I mean, I know we've talked about this. If there's a bump or an inconsistency on my fingernail, like a little fuzz that got trapped in it, I will pick it incessantly until my nail's gone. Like another reason why I paint my nails like this is so they're smooth and I can't destroy them. Like I can't take it. I have so many buffers. I buff my nails all the time. They got to be like smooth at all times. But yeah, Jodsone. I got them on Amazon. I don't know, but I really like that one. The other brands I've used, Beetles is decent but tacky. And then if you do like I use this shit if I break a nail like really bad, like you know you break one deep down. What is it called? Polygel. This shit's pretty cool. It's essentially acrylic, but you like put a dot on your finger, smash like a fake nail on it, and then pop the fake nail off, and you have a perfectly shaped acrylic nail on your finger, and then you cure it, and it's done. And it's really good if you snap nails. But these ones are J.E. Whitney. This shit's awesome. If you're like me, I'm just reckless. I smash my hands and shit. You guys know I smash them in doors and stuff all the time. You get one of those deep, deep, terrible breaks that like you cannot cut your nail that short. This stuff's a lifesaver. It's the only thing I've ever found that works because it's not just a thin fucking layer of nail polish. It's like hardcore shit. Tackiness, right, Snickle? Dude, no shit. Try out that Jodson. Jodsone. It's the same price. Same. It's probably, I mean, it's all that Amazon, whatever. But it's not tacky at any layer, and I love it. It's so nice. Because, again, I can't sit still for very long. So, like, I do a base coat, cure it for 30 seconds, do a color, cure it for 30 seconds. Chances are I want to get up now. And if I got tacky nails, I can't fucking do anything. Otherwise, shit's going to stick to them like dog hair or something, and I'm going to go crazy. Lift the box up a bit. Oh, did you want to see in it? Is it disgusting that this isn't even a quarter of my nail polish? This is like my... How do I say this? I have like 2 huge totes of nail polish, and I take this box over there and I rotate colors out based on my moods, and then this is the one I keep at my desk for like regular use. So like all my top coats, all my base coats, and all my glitter is in here, and then I rotate the colors out based on how I'm feeling on the other 2. I've been doing this my entire life. It's so weird. Thinking back on it, I love painting my nails. Oh, this? No, not double. It's just like, it's literally a shoebox or something. I don't know. I just reused some shoebox. But this is like where I keep just, I paint my nails a lot. What up, Spence? Thank you so much for summoning the class, keeping the class alive, and giving me swings. I fucking appreciate you. Pick it until it's a huge gouge, and then you have to redo all of them. Exactly. That's exactly what I would have to do. It's terrible. It's such a bad habit. Hold on. I was trying to catch up on chat. Getting head while driving is also dangerous. Been there, done that. I've never had an accident, though. Trying to explain to the officer. Oh. Yeah. I mean, not that you probably shouldn't get in trouble for endangering lives, but you might get a high five if you just were honest. Dude, knives. I was saying water sex. Shower sex is probably the least offensive of the water sexes, in my opinion. Water sex, though, in general, because all it does, is remove natural lubrication and make everything terrible. I've seen so many movies where people fuck in a hot tub. Can you imagine a plunger just plunging chlorine water up your asshole over and over and over again? What the fuck? That's what a dick is doing to a hole. No. Absolutely not. Yeah, water is not a lubricant. Abso-fucking-lutely not. They have oil-based lubes, exactly, if you feel you must. Like, if water's your thing, they've got oil-based lubes out there that will help. But, like, the natural lubrication that occurs with human bodies will absolutely be flushed away by water in seconds. And you will end up with some friction that... Micro tears. Oh. It's the worst. No, the other ones are double layered. Hold on, I'll show you what I mean. I do have double layered ones. Stuck in my tit. This is the big mass. So this one's double layered, but then there's like 3 nail polishes per little caddy. Sometimes 4. But there's 2 of them. It's disgusting. See where one burst? Having a great time. Years of a problem. Hades 2 is out in early access? No shit. Shocking. I don't know if I want to play early access. I feel like I want the full... I don't know. Bumping uglies in the pool always seems silly. What up, Taco, by the way? Agreed. Like, the whole idea of it. That's what I'm saying. Like, the shower, at least you can get your holes away from the running water and, like, Coconut oil is a great natural one as well. Yeah, that's a good oil-based one if you must. Like, if water's your thing, that's what... Like, don't always use oil-based lube. Like, water-based lube is always better because it's going to wash off easier. You know what I'm saying. Well, Rod, standing sex when you're tall is awkward unless you have someone with almost the same proportions as you, right? Like, that's why I say, like, I've dated many people shorter than me because we're all the same horizontal, but vertical, we are not. I'm all legs, man. Like, half the people I've dated need a stool, and they're taller than me, but it's just because my legs are Tim Burton length. Like, no one can reach me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just end up with some strange proportions the taller you get, I feel like. Something, we either end up with like crazy long arms or legs or all torso. Some people are all torso. BDO. Is this it? Hold on, let's look at it. I don't even have a browser. Wait, where is my browser? I had a browser open. What the tit? Frisky, seriously, I feel like I look like if you looked at my skeleton, it would look like a Tim Burton character. But I have meat on me, so I'm not like all gangly, thin, or whatever. But I'm just legs, all legs with tits on it, little torso. It's actually interesting when I was working at the PFT lab. We were practicing PFTs on each other when we had downtime, and one of my coworkers did a PFT to me, and I only have 80% of my predicted lung volume. It's because my torso is so fucking short. I'm still pissed about it. What a good song. This is the Supergiant. I'm just trying to get the Supergiant announcement. Hades 2 is here! Kind of. It's early access, though, so is it? Experience the bewitching sequel to our godlike roguelike, now available in early access. What does that mean? What does early access mean? Yeah, getting up on them tippy toes, or, I mean, I've just learned how to do the splits well. You just, you slowly like... Wait, 2.5 feet. How many inches? That'd be 24. No shit, so you're like all waist then, right? Or no, that's... Right? Or is that a really, really long inseam? Because my inseam is longer. I'm 6 foot and my inseam's like... Oh god, it's been a really long time since I bought jeans. I want to say like 33, 35. I just wear stretchy things these days because I live in an office. Like, what the fuck? Why would I wear denim? Psychos relax in denim. Yeah, that's knives. I agree with what a lot of you are saying. Like, early access, and might be my biased opinion coming from ESO. Early access, i.e. test servers, feel like, hey, pay to test the game for us. And I'd rather play the finished product. Like, I have Hades to play. Like, we have a game going. Like, it's not like I don't have any Hades to play. Hades is still a fucking fantastic game. What up, Anubis? How are you, love? I almost played the air drums, but then I started thinking instead. It does. It feels like that. It feels like test the game for us. My wife is tiny. Thankfully, she has an assortment of heels platforms and other cool height-altering platforms. Footwear platforms, Katie? I wish. I don't want to be short, but sometimes I wish I was like 5'5" or something, just so I could wear, cool heels or platforms and shit like that and not stand 2 feet above a crowd. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with a couple inches, but I'm already that. So when you involve the platforms and stuff, it just becomes a little asinine. I feel like a clown. Like, I already stand out like a sore thumb, you know what I'm saying? Oh, Bobo, boo! My sister gets her jeans from this company called Madewell, and I've heard amazing things about Madewell. Like, they're a little pricey, but they make really good jeans that are... I mean, my sister looks amazing in them. They have, like, high waist, mid waist, low rise. They have everything. I've looked at the website and shit, just poor, so I haven't bought any. But my sister fucking swears by them. I have a pair because she gave them to me because they didn't fit her. Or they were too long on her, or I have longer legs. They were too long on her or something. We're, like, the same size everything, but I'm a little bit taller, and I'm all legs, she's all waist. So we got the opposite proportions. No shit, Madewell. Yeah, it's, hold on. I think it's just spelt like that, right? Madewell jeans. Yes. My sister swears by them, and she did give me, I have one pair, and they're fucking comfortable. I mean, they're easily the best fitting pair of jeans I have ever put on in my entire life. And I grew up wearing like buckle and shit because that's all I could find that fit me because I was so tall. They're nice. 30-inch inseam. So 30 seems pretty normal. I have a 34-inch inseam and am 6'7", so all torso. Yep, long. Zach's all torso as well. Corduroy would be relaxing. I could see that. 70-30 torso legs, interesting. So long. So being legs with tits on them is just like rarer. Most of your initial playtime for Hades on stream was in early access. Was it really? I didn't even know. To be honest, I had no idea it was in early access. I mean, they still update the game every once in a while. It's crazy. I swear to God, at least once every once in a while, I'll open Steam, and it'll be like 2 out of 2 has finished downloading. You opened it to see what it was updated, and it's Hades. And I'm like, all right. I don't know the fuck you're still doing with this, but all right. Mishy, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. It's like relaxing in underwire. I couldn't do it. It was so uncomfortable. Ooh, been doing crap for my Etsy shop all morning and my hands are locked up. I hate that. I get that when I do embroidery. I saw a cool like tutorial on Pinterest, whatever, on how to make like a giant moth by using interfacing and doing the embroidery wings and then cutting them out, and whatever. And man, doing like just thinking about it kind of cramped my hand just now. Just sitting here and stabbing a needle through that like thick fucking interfacing plus, whatever what is it's just muslin, right? I don't know what like embroidery material is. Like the special material you use to embroider on. What is that? Canvas? I'm looking at it. I don't even know what it's called. It's just embroidery material. No shit, Bobo, seriously. And if you see my sister in chat, feel free to ask her. Like her and I both, you've seen us. We both have extreme tall bodies, fat asses, and I think I can speak for my sister when I say we have cried in a lot of fucking dressing rooms. Like, we won't, you know what I mean? Kind of done with the ill-fitting clothes at this point. Hades 1 did early access right. They released a mostly complete game and finalized some items over the last development cycle. Maybe they're doing that with Hades 2. I'm going to wait and see. I'm in no rush. I mean, I want it, but I'm not, I don't want to play a janky-ass version of it and kind of spoil my experience, because the first game did not feel like an early access game, ever. I never felt that way with Hades one moment. It always felt fucking perfect. Clothes are fucking rough. They are so, and I think that goes for anybody. I mean, I'm not saying it's only tall. I know absolutely half of you out there are very, very short and you struggle with the exact same shit of just finding something that fits here and here. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, and now we all live in spandex, which is probably terrible for the world because we can't find clothes that fit. You don't make them for bodies. Like, what are we supposed to do? I mean, not all of us have the time or resources to learn how to sew our own fucking clothes. You know what I'm saying? By the way, I started setting up to do the, that's what I did yesterday. So when my migraine started to break last night, I was like, man, I just want to do something. So I was laying in bed with my iPad and I started designing the sexy Mothra outfit. And I think it's going to be fucking sick. I'm like really excited. The only thing I don't have that I desperately need is steel galvanized wire, like 12 gauge steel galvanized wire to like mold out the wings. But I gotta wait because I don't have any money. But I'm really excited. Like I went to online and like snagged just a, like a body model and then erased it all just so I had the outline and then went in and I think it's gonna be like a bondagey strappy kind of thing. Because I was looking at Mothra and most moths in general, they tend to have like that fluffy body with the you can see the lines between their segments of their abdomen. And I was trying to think like, the wings, obviously, but how do I incorporate that on the body? And I was like, oh, what if I break it up with, like, leather straps? And then I thought I could line the leather straps, or basically, like, I won't tell you the semantics of it, but line the leather straps with white fur so that it looks fur-lined, kind of like the fluffiness of a moth. You know how moths, like, especially their head and their body is, like, really fluffy and kind of like, So I was trying to think of how to incorporate that into it. And then for the wings, The material I think I want to use, like after I sculpt them out, like I'm literally gonna have to do a wireframe and then use Sculpey. But I think I want to do like stretch velvet or something like that. Because moth wings, you know how they have that kind of shift, the light. I mean, butterfly wings, moth wings, whatever. But the little dust particles, whatever, on their wings have that like double shift in the light. And I kept trying to think to myself, like, I was thinking like I could do a cotton wing and then put organza on it or something like that. But it's just every idea I came up with was getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And I want these wings to be functional and light and airy, you know, not heavy, because not only will it hurt my back, but the body part is just leather straps. So the heavier that shit is, the more you need like some sort of fucking harness to hold them on. And I don't want that. So I was thinking like stretch velvet or something like that, because I can stretch, like pull it so it's less fabric in total, but also it'll kind of give that like double, like light hitting, like moth dust. I don't know, but I sketched it all out on my iPad. Remind me and I'll grab it later. I don't have literally any of the materials. I gotta save up money for it, but I started setting up my sewing machine and shit to do it, and I'm excited. I've got the churns. They're going. I've got boobs, and I swear to order like 2 to 3 sizes up to keep it from clinging to my boobs, but then I like swim in it everywhere else. Yep. My ass. I feel like I suffer the ass of the boobs population because I have no titties at all. I can get away with anything on the top. It's crazy. I can go flat chest. It's amazing. But my ass, if something that's not stretchy fits my ass, I'm gonna have a 4-inch gap in my waist, and I'm gonna have just trouser pant legs. Like nothing's gonna fit. I don't. It's just enraging, and I know it's not just me. I know it's not just tall people. I think everybody across the board, clothes don't fit. They're just garbage. It's so stupid. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you try to go find something nice back in the day when you shopped in person, and I've cried in more dressing rooms than I'd like to even imagine. It's insane. Just breaking down, like, what's wrong with me. You really start to think, like, what the fuck is wrong with me that nothing out there fits me at all. Which is why my mom taught me how to sew my own clothes. Balmoral kilts. Oh my god, yes, do it. Man, I'm sure they go around, but the Ren Fair in Maryland, they have like an established booth right at the beginning when you go into the Ren Fair, and I'm trying to think of what their name is, but they hand loom tartans and all the, like, I can't even describe to you, like everything you'd ever want, but they have like a booklet of all the tartans and the families associated with them, and it's just hundreds of them. And if they don't have what you're looking for, you can order it and they'll send it. I mean, they were one of my favorite shops. I actually have a shawl from them because it was like the cheapest thing I could afford there. Because it's so nicely made. I mean, everything is so fucking. I mean, if you've ever been to a Ren Fair, it's pretty common, I think, to have the craft person making the craft in the stand at the time. So they usually have the woman who makes everything looming while you're shopping. And my nipples go hard. I can't. Crafting is just so hot. Be safe, Yada. Don't slip. Yeah, the feathery, fluffery wing stuff. And I'm just trying to think of how to make them as light as possible and still get that effect. And I think, like, crushed stretch velvet is my best option in terms of, like, lightweight and still giving that cool, like, two-tone effect. Like, I could still probably put organza. Like, I thought about doing, it's so stupid. I thought about doing, like, cutout holes with organza in it so it has a see-through effect kind of thing, but it still had material there. Also, this is something I didn't realize. I didn't know, I mean, call me fucking, I guess, out of touch. There's like, I want to say 16 different Mothras at this point. Raise your hand if Mothra to you is red, yellow, black with the weird bullseye in the wings. Like, immediately that's what comes to mind for me when someone says Mothra. But when I Googled Mothra, like, I literally was just trying to get a snapshot so I could get the colors. Like, I dropped the colors onto my Procreate for my design. And I was like, wait, what? I had to look up a timeline of them. Like, there's so fucking many now. Nuh-uh, Knives. There's so many renditions of Mothra now. Like with blue, and I think in the 90s they got rid of the bullseye. The bullseye in the wings was gone. I actually looked up a timeline of Mothras. No shit, I could pull it up if you want to see it. It's pretty crazy. And it's just different movies, different comics, renditions, Japanese versions versus American versions and stuff. But I had no idea. It was a little daunting. Like, I almost tweeted at y'all like, hey, What Mothra do you think of when you think of Mothra? Like, am I just old? But I'm glad we're all thinking red, black, and yellow at least, right? I like blue eyes, I think, or something like weird, clearish blue eyes, if I remember correctly. But that was it. Them Mothra fuckers. What up, Mellow Husky? How are you, love? I was thinking sequins as well, and like I can make resin beads and stuff, but anything like that. I mean, the scale of the wings is going to be massive. They have to be. That's the only way to make them as cool as I want them to be. They're going to be massive, and so the weight. I mean, the weight. I really hope my idea works. Because like I incorporated the harness into like the strappy harness body thing. So like it will have like a shoulder brace kind of thing. Because otherwise it'll kill. They'll just break off. Like there's no way to attach wings and not. You know what I mean? Like the attach point is so small, there's no way. You have to have some sort of bracer on your back. Ooh, the Alma tartan that we had in college. I had one designed for me to wear and got upgraded to a nicer one when I was in drum major. Fuck yes. I mean, Steenem, I'm not just saying this to blow hot air, but like, I have a hard time thinking Dis wouldn't look cute in most things. Dis just fucking cute though. Yeah, there's like Mothra Leo. There was some super Mothra, and then there's a Mothra that looked I mean, again, my Mothra in my head looks like just a giant moth. A fluffy, roundish body, like, except it's got the, like, that's me, my brain Mothra, that's what I think of. But they have these Mothras that look very insect-like sharp features and very, like, almost like a hornet with moth wings or something. And it was kind of daunting. I had no fucking idea. Dis got a baller Mothra patch at C2. Oh my god, yes. I would love to see that. When are you? I mean, we already hit the threshold for you to do my makeup, so we just have to plan a day. Probably after the charity, Rod, if that's cool with you. Just to like, so I figure once the charity, like the charity for our entire team is over, then I'll go through and like be able to check off every single milestone we hit, which is so many already, hence the machine and the pre-planning. But I figure then I can make a schedule because I want to space it out because like obviously cosplay is really, it's so much more involved. Like there will be days where it'll be just me sitting here like hand stitching something and wanting to kill myself, and then there'll be days where we'll be doing something cool. Like I'm thinking for the head part, I'm gonna do one of those like half head helmets that comes down and does like this thing, and then the big old eyes like right here, big blue, and those I think I want to deck. I have like a jar of Swarovski crystals for some reason. I don't know why. Like microscopic flatbacks. I figured I could just like like paint the eyes teal and then do the diamond, you know, like a bug eye. Like there's gonna be days like that. It's just it takes like a month, I would say, on average for a big, and then that's not even including the final put together assembly and then the makeup and all that. And then probably a wig or something, not for Mothra, but for like Karlach's gonna be rough. The body paint's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be part of me just wants to challenge myself and do strictly a body painting. Like no actual material or anything for Karlach, simply because her outfit would be kind of easy. It's not like insanely involved. It's kind of just ripped up leather and straps and shit. But I don't think that's allowed on Twitch anymore, even with pasties. On the like Tiltify site, you should be able to go to our campaign and see milestones. I think I've put them in there. I don't know if I need to hit publish or something. If you don't see them, let me know. But the cosplays so far that we've hit that you guys have actually did, they were at $1,000 and $2,000. You guys voted for Sexy Mothra, so that's number one, which I'm stoked about. I've always wanted to make some cool functioning wings, so that's really fun for me. And then what was Karlach? Karlach's the second one, and then the third one's at 3K, and that's Jinx. And then that one I really want to do because I've never made a weapon. And she's got like her rocket launcher, but she's also got her guns. I kind of, or like maybe even her little monkey bombs. I don't know. I kind of want to, I thought that like making a prop, I haven't done a lot of cosplays that involve like an actual like identifiable prop, you know, not just like a gun. Like I did Laura Croft years ago, like the guns, like whatever. Sometimes they show on the bar. See, I couldn't get him to show up on the bar. Nick, thank you so much for some of the class, keeping the class alive and giving me a swings for 32 months. I fucking appreciate you, and cheers, honeybean. They should be on the thing. But those are the cosplays so far. And did someone give me an idea for one the other day and I didn't? No, I don't think so. Oh, and then I threw in a clown, which, I mean, you guys are angels. Like, only 50 people voted for it, so it was like at 3%. Thank you. I threw it in there because, like Funk was saying the other day, a lot of people like to watch streamers just suffer on weird levels, and y'all know how I feel about clowns. And for some reason, there's a certain population of you that deeply want to see me turn myself into a clown. And if it makes you give money to a charity, then fine. And then at 5K, like, half jokingly, because obviously it's not my hot tub, but I said I'd do a hot tub stream in Co's hot tub because that's the only person I know who's a friend who has a fucking hot tub. But I think it's full of hair. Clowns from Outer Space, no shit, is the only clown anything in the world other than Simpsons that does not scare me. No shit. It's the only clown thing that doesn't make my skin crawl. So weird. That it's so, I swear to God, every time I mention my clown problem, someone will mention that, and I'm like, that's the only one. It makes me laugh, like the straws and the cotton candy, fucking hilarious. What the fuck? It's the only one, though. Like, anything else with a clown, I'm just like, ugh. Skin crawl. I hate it. When I was in 2nd grade, I was left alone in a room to watch It by myself, and it ruined me. It literally ruined me. But the new It, I thought was comical, so maybe I'm just so deeply broken, I can't even explain it anymore. Sure. Mothra rules all. I mean, honestly, and I don't blame anyone for this, but you put sexy in front of anything and people are going to vote for it. I think Jinx and Karlach are sexy, though. I didn't even need to put the words there. They just are by default. The hair and the scummies. Hair of all types. I do might, and I thought about that, but my yard is so not even because of that mud. I'm still trying to like mulch in stuff to even out the ground. I don't know how it would work. And I don't know. It might be cheaper to fly somewhere to literally a hotel with a hot tub. Dude, RevoltCon, no shit. The new one I thought was so fucking funny. In no way, shape, or form is that Skarsgård kid scary to me. He is almost cringe-tastically hilarious. And I almost wasn't gonna watch it because the first one destroyed me so bad. Like, to this day, being in a silent bathroom with a white sink, I still think a bubble of blood's gonna come out of it and children are gonna giggle at me. I turn the fan on in a bathroom if I can, just for noise, because that makes it so the bubble of blood won't come. What the fuck? Super ruined. But the second one, his little like dance shit, I was in hysterics. Shit was hilarious. None of it was scary to me. I don't know. But we've talked about this before. There's something about movies made in like the 80s and 70s that made them scarier. Like The Shining. You make The Shining today and it would not be as scary. There's something about that film quality and the graininess of it and something. I don't know. There's something about it that gave a tinge of fear for me. Jaws. Like, Jaws is fucking horrifying, but if you made it today, I don't think I'd be scared of it. Like, with the modern whatever. I don't know. Kind of like how they keep trying to make Charlie and the Chocolate Factory over and over, and it's just never gonna, like, stop trying to make Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You're never gonna be better than Gene Wilder. I don't care who you fucking pick. Dawn, same. Seriously, the last like horror movie that was a modern-ish that actually kind of made me a little scared was it the Babadook? The one with the What the fuck? Why is that so scary. What the fuck was that shit? Why is that one so goddamn horrifying to me? That one scared the crap out of me. Was that The Conjuring? I don't know. But I have like a closet darkness under the bed fear. Like my closet I don't have a walk-in closet, and my bed is on the floor currently because I don't allow those areas because there's monsters there. And when it's like those, no, that shit gets me bad. I don't know, man. It's childish. I should probably get over it. I'm an adult now, but like things that can see me and I can't see them and I have no control of the situation really fucking get me. Blah. Good morning, Wolfie. How are you, love? Oh, I loved Signs. Signs was great. But that one was scary. Isn't that Shamalama Ding Dong? Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that's Shamalama Ding Dong, right? If a monster's under my bed and grabs me, it better take me to its dimension or we about to fucking fight. Throwing hands with the demons under your bed. See, I usually say something similar, but I'm like, take me because I can't afford the therapy for this experience. Like, just end it. Take me to your world. Like, what was that movie, Little Monsters? Where it's like the world under the bed and everybody's got a little special monster under it. Like, just do it. I can't. Healthcare in America sucks. Like, just take me. I'm never gonna survive this mentally. Like, I'm done. I got no fight in me, man. I'm a soft mushroom or something. What's soft? Knives, I own it. Twice. I own it on hard copy and I own it on Prime. It's one of my all-time favorite movies ever. Who pissed in my apple juice? It's one of the classics with Fred. What's that kid's name? What is that? I had it and it went away. What is his name? Savage. God damn it. It was right there. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Fred Savage is the kid, and then I can't remember the guy who plays. But yeah, dude, that movie was so scary. It still kind of is. Like, you remember the king monster and his like his pulled back face skin on the. That shit fuck. Howie Mandel. Thank you. Yeah, that shit fucked me up. A hard, like, but I loved it. Still love it. That's one of the best. Wait, so RevoltCon with Blair Witch, it's really unfortunate, but I think this was like a caveat of living in the bumfuck nowhere. I've told you guys before, like, we got shit months after other people. Like, by the time Hybrid Theory was like out and shit, we were just getting the hit of One by Linkin Park. Like, it was crazy. We just living in the sticks. So by the time we heard like Blair Witch, like we knew it was in theaters, it was already out that it was fake. So don't hate me, I've never seen it. I've heard it's horrifying. Never seen it. Oh, do you want to know what? Oh God, movies that scared me. Almost anything by A24. I was gonna name just one, but like The Witch and Midsommar, and I don't mean scare me like ooh jump scare, but they like left a stain in my soul, like a deep unsettling that I have yet to get over, if that makes sense. Like The Pulp Baby. Oh God, that shit it's a lot. Those ones, A24 is just fucking slamming it out of the park these days, man. Mushrooms are awesome. You're not wrong. I don't do found footage films. One, the movement makes my eyes hurt. Two, I have a very active imagination to scare myself. Oh, you just reminded me. I would say one of the scariest things I've watched recently that's a modern one was a found footage. Was it we talked about it. VHS? Was it called VHS? I'm not really into them either, or because I always find them corny. Like what was it Paranormal Activity where it was like a camera in the corner of their bedroom and it was them sleeping but like sleepwalking and demons. I couldn't even pay attention. I was laughing and then I just fell asleep. That shit is funny to me, but VHS that nope. No, that one scared me. Legitimately very much made me very uneasy. That one got me a lot. The remake of The Fly with Jeff Goldblum was very scary. Yes. I haven't seen it for years, but I remember ugh, God. You should watch it. Wait, which one's Men? I don't think so. I'm still Saltburn is the next thing I need to watch. That was the one thing that y'all blew up about me recently that I haven't seen. That's my when I have a moment to watch a movie. That's my next on my list. I rewatched why is my brain like this? Hereditary. Wow. It's so weird. My brain's like, okay, we remember the word, and it thought heretic, and then I can't get past heretic, and I know that's not the title of the film, and I just have to, it's so stupid. I hate brains. Hereditary, of which I did not think was scary at all the first time I watched it, and I still don't asterisk. It's scary until a certain point, and then it just becomes like, I just don't, I don't know. I tried. It's like, it's people fucking love Hereditary. I'm like, I don't get it. Why do you think this is the best thing that's ever happened? What's happening? It just seems like DID. What up, Genova Love? How are you? It's a found footage movie. It's just called Men. Okay, I'm going to write it down because I don't think I have. It doesn't sound familiar. And I'm not one for found footage, but there's been a few of them that have come out that are horrific. VHS scared me a lot. Like the brief flashes where you see someone behind someone and then they're not there anymore. That shit really gets me. I don't know. I'm weak to it. It's so scary. Found footage. Footage. Footage? Footage. The film Coherence kind of left my brain feeling a bit weird for a while. I don't think I've seen that one. Anything about accidentally slipping into nearly identical but not quite right parallel realities just makes me very anxious. Yeah. I feel that. Yes. I get that. Yes, cults, religious themes, very much so. Midsummer. That shit. That movie is, I've watched it many times, and every time I watch it, I notice new things, and like the psychology of how they suck her into their shit. It is cult. It's like, oh, look at this person who has no family and no one loves them. We'll love you. Scary, very scary. It's like I don't believe in the paranormal stuff, but also I don't welcome it in my life. Same. I'm open to it, but I don't want it in my closet or under my bed. What's the Rec movies? Like Record? Like REC like Record or Rec? No, I don't think so. Starting the trailer in the second he's in the confined space freaking out, too real. Is that the one that's called Men? Okay, I'm going to look for it. I like scary stuff, but also I definitely like just watching Hereditary last night, like in the corners of my eyes, I see faces. And then I look and it's just a spackle pattern in the wall, but I can't help but pick out, human beings, we pick out patterns and shit constantly. We can't help it. And my brain picks out faces in everything. And it does start to fuck with me a little bit. Like, nope, just spackle looks like a face. It still looks like a face when I look at it. It's not like something disappears, but in the corner, in my periffs, it really looked like a face. Or like a dark sweatshirt on a hook looking like actually a person wearing a hoodie in the corner of my eye. That shit can really get me sometimes. I'm not afraid of the paranormal. I'm afraid of the real and people scare me more than the paranormal ever. And not just in general, but like the idea of a predatory human being or something like that. That is far more alarming to me than a ghost or something like that. Time to sand the walls smooth? No shit. When I was a kid, my mom let me paint my own room. She let me paint my room whatever color I wanted because the whole house, it was white. Spackle white, of course, and I was a little goth teenager, so I painted my room red. Anonymous just donated $10 for the children. Thank you, Anonymous. Cheers to you, motherfucker. I appreciate you. Don't forget about our charity up here, motherfuckers. Our team must be first, not me individually. We're on a big team. Just as a reminder. But I painted my room red, like a kind of maroon color, and then used a sponge to kind of sponge a different shade of red over it so it looked, textured and like antiqued and aged, and I thought I was a really badass teenager. Whatever. You know what it did? Put faces in the walls. I can, to this day, I could probably draw a few of them for you because I spent so many nights staring at my ceiling being like, well, there's Clyde again. Just fucking like screaming ghost like faces in all the sponging patterns. And I would, just...
Okay, as usual, I'm not a competitive person, but Danica is right ahead of us, and, it'd be cool to beat her ass, figuratively speaking. Respectfully, don't be weird.
Don't be weird about my hot friends. Speaking of, hello, Elbel, my love. How are you doing? Good morning, Clove. Men is about a woman seeing the same man everywhere she goes. Ooh. That reminds me of that Love, Death, and Robots episode. I don't remember what it's called, but you know the one. Chick doing her makeup with nice titties, and then she looks out the window and smears the lipstick. That one's so good, but so scary. Oh my god, Elle's so much better. I had the worst migraine yesterday. Fucking... like one of those ones where you just wake up and you can't open your eyes because your face hurts so bad and you just start to cry and sweat a lot. I feel so... I'm like in the hangover stage of a migraine where I'm really shaky and weird feeling, but I mean, anything's better than that. Literally anything. That shit was frisky. Thank you for assisting us in...
whooping... Hashtag whoop Danica's ass. Let's fucking go! I love you, Danica. You're one of my favorite people. But like... speak that up!
I'm not competitive, though. It's fine. I'm not a competitive person. It's fine. And don't be weird about my hot friends. Only I can say beat ass. Yes, Genova, no shit. We've been talking about it all morning, and I'm gonna give it... I don't know what kind of early access it is. So this is what we were saying. This is what my logic is. A, I can't really afford it right now. B, I'm nervous that it's one of those situations where it's like, hey, everybody, will you come pay to play test our game for us? Which is what a lot of other games have done. Supergiant has not. But I have that, like, horrible gossamer of lots of games that have done that to me over and over and over. And it kind of ruins the experience of a new game coming out. However, Rod reminded me that when I first started playing Hades, that was an early access, and it felt exactly like a fucking polished, finished, done fucking game. Like, so beautifully done. I didn't even know. I had no idea it was an early access. And I want to see, is that the case with this one? I want to see what people say. Like, are they walking into a jank fuck?
Bitch, what the fuck? I didn't even know you were live. You sneaky hoe! Bitch. Good morning.
Welcome, Raiders. Were your ears burning? I hope you're doing well. Welcome, everybody. It's lovely to see you. Oh, no shit. I tried a THC salt for my migraines yesterday. It was actually really nice. Cut the edge off. Really? I mentioned migraines. I had a terrible one yesterday. Terrible. I'm actually out of my topical stuff, and I haven't been able to afford more stuff. But the topical THC, it's called, the brand I usually get is called Escape Artist, and it works really fucking well. I've actually used it for cramps as well, and it really has alleviated a lot. Oh, it so has. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you guys. I don't know if Glut's still here because I know. Oh, he is. Glut. This works. I saved the box right by my desk because I needed to talk about it. My dudes, Glut got me this bitch a few months back, and it's like It's meant for sore muscles and shit like that, right? But some bitches have cracked the code on putting it on your womb space. No shit. It's comfy temp. Comfy temp massage heating pad, and it shows it on your back, but I literally just put it on the opposite direction and put it on my hips, and I'm telling you, dude, I mean, it's so stupid that some nice generally applied heat can relieve so much fucking, you know how, and I don't know if this is just me, but when I get really bad cramps, my thigh muscles start to cramp and go numb. Like, it's like, so does my torso. Like, everything associated with my playground just like, oh, starts to, and it, like, they'll start to quiver almost because my muscles get so tired. And whatever that was doing, I got none of that. Like, my legs were fine and my torso was fine. I still had some cramps. Like, nothing's magic, but what's happening? Like, I want to know the science. What's going on? Why is it magic? What up, Momo love? I got my days pierced to get rid of my migraines. Dude, I have my days pierced and it didn't do shit. Fuck all. I wish. Why is that person? Are they? Oh my god, they're just like, they're doing the beige mom sit casually on their yoga mat and watch YouTube. It does look like they're ready to row, though. You're not wrong. Me too. I mean, literally, I wobble like I'm on a sailboat. It's horrible. And I've compared it to like growing pains, which I'm sure we can all relate to when you're younger and you wake up in the middle of the night with just those weird throbbing aches in your legs. That's what it feels like. It's like my cramps spread like a virus. What the fuck? What is this? But no shit. Glut is this the same one that that person on, I can't remember their name. There was a person that was tweeting at me about this. It looks the same. It's the same concept. I don't know if it's the same brand, but there was a person when I mean, it's like every couple of months my uterus attacks and wants me to die. Sometimes they're not bad, but sometimes it's so, I mean, just like nauseous, dead leg, terrible. And it was one of those days and I tweeted about it and this person tweeted at me about something similar to this. I don't know if it was the same brand though. And then no shit, like a month later, Glut's like, I sent you a surprise. Let me know if it works. And I'm so glad I remembered to tell you, yes. I mean, I don't think there's anything in the world other than high-grade painkillers or something that's going to make me go unconscious that's going to eliminate cramps. Because the biological, function of cramps is to squish out the dead uterine lining that is not impregnated by a baby, which we need to happen because that would be we're not even going to even conceptualize what happens if that doesn't happen. But there's something about that even release of heat or whatever the fuck the science of that bitch is doing that helps alleviate it's so crazy, but it's like, you have muscles in your pelvic area, like your pelvic floor and stuff, and that's what's squeezing your uterus. But all the other stuff that starts to get really tense makes me so fucking nauseous. And just that helping, so all of this of me isn't like, I didn't puke for once. Like, I didn't have one of those mornings I just woke up nauseous, and that's enough. That's all I want. Like, that is just, it's, I mean, if anybody's started their day with a nice vomit session, no better way. Except Eggos, or Folgers, or literally anything else. Oh, and it fits up to a 58-inch waist. I don't know what my waist is. I know what mine is because I sew, but I don't know any relation to waist sizes, but I hope that's a decent waist. I hope you're having a lovely day, Dis. How was your fucking stream? I hope it was beautiful. I got one of those ones that does a deep tissue massage with the electrodes. Works great for when I have back pain. It's kind of miraculous, right? Like, that's how I felt. I want to know the magic of it. Might be me tizzing out. I'm gonna play some Hades today. I guess we'll see. Oh, wait, I almost missed this. I love Devolver. Same. Ha ha ha. An internal marketing call ended abruptly because Supergiant Games released Hades 2. That makes me so insanely jealous. But I'm not gonna do it. I can't. I don't have the money, but I'm not gonna do it. We're going to wait a day. We'll wait. We'll see if it's going to be perfect. We know it's going to be Double cat birthday festivities? Oh my god, how old? have 58-inch waist? Okay. I have my waist is like 27 inches, I think. And I only know that because of sewing. Like I know all my body measurements for sewing my own clothes and shit like that, but I don't know if that's a good, bad. I don't know what waist size means. I know. I would like one attention, please. Would you like a snuggle? How have your adventures been today? Oh, hi, Bubba. Oh, you're sleepy. How you doing, bud? Good? Man. So, Zach and I were talking about the cicadas yesterday, and he thought they were this, like, as bad as they're predicting them to be this year. He thought they were that way all the time. And I was like, oh, no, 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 no. There's cicadas all the time, but once in a while their hatching cycles line up, and then it's really bad. So, like, every single year I lived in Maryland, there were cicadas every summer. Not swarms, like I wasn't, using an umbrella to protect myself, but I don't know if you guys remember, I've shown you this on stream before, but there's a video on my Instagram of what's known as a cicada killer. And that's what I'm afraid of. Like, cicadas, no, swarm me. I don't give a fuck. They are nothing. They're literally a food product. Cicadas have no biting parts. They're just wings on a butt. Like, that's it. They're nothing. Cicada killers are hornets big enough to carry cicadas through the air. And they live in the ground in colonies. And if they'll fight over one cicada and create a ball of cicada killer hornets, and they're like this big. I think they're a little bigger. They're bigger than cicadas. That's what we should fear. Why are people like, oh my God, cicadas though? They're harmless. Have you seen the size of what eats them? But there's a video of me finding one when I first moved to Maryland. And no shit, it's like a video on my Instagram of me like narrating like, and here is the blah, 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 the cicada killer. And it flies at my face while I'm videotaping. And in the midst, I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, get it. Oh, and I just start to cry. That's it. And the camera's just at the ground, at the grass from that point on. But you see it fly at my face. Carrying a cicada. They're huge. Harmless to us, by the way. They don't want anything to do with people. They really don't give a fuck. I mean, they could hurt you, but like, they just kill cicadas. That's it. They live underground and kill them. But they're huge. They're so big. They're enormous, right? You think they're harmless, but my mom was driving on I-495 at highway speeds, and a cicada shot in the little triangle window that hit her in the throat. Okay, all right. I guess you could say they're unintentionally bullets then, yeah? I mean, if you weren't in a car going 60, they couldn't, like, shoot you in the neck, right? I don't think so. I'm genuinely asking. Like a cat bringing you a mouse, yes. But so much scarier. Wait, the chat jumped. It was no. I'm uncomfortable. Hold on. Where? She thought she'd been oh no! She thought she'd been shot. She'd been thought, Katie. She then heard it buzzing in her bra. The cicada or cicada killer? That's when you accidentally crash your car. I worked with a guy who was from New Zealand, and he has a bunch of family in Australia where they have the dinner plate spiders. What are they called? They're harmless, but they're like this big. Huntsman, right? The space between my hands is what I'm referencing, by the way, not my hands. They're huge, but they're totally harmless. Seriously, their venom is harmless. However, they're the #1 killer in Australia because they like to hide in people's visors of their car. And then you're driving down the highway going 70 and you flip your visor down and dinner plate spider lands on your lap and you crash your car and die. I don't know if that's still a statistic, but he told me this way back and he was not one to embellish. Like, this was just, oh yeah, they're responsible for a lot of deaths. And I'm like, what? But you said they're harmless. Oh yeah, they are. But they hide in your visor in your car. Fuck that. I'd never drive again. Can you, I have over 50 spiders behind me right now. Tarantulas. I love bugs. That can eat a dick. Absolutely not. I'd rip the visor off, right? Same. Like, I don't want nothing to do with nothing. None of that. And, I mean, I've seen huntsmen. I've seen, like, videos on them. They are fast. They're, like, this is me stimming anxiety away. Please ignore me. They are fast. They're like crab spiders. They're really flat and fast, and I just want nothing to do with them at all. I know. I know. Isn't it scary that the one thing that's going to kill you in Australia is not going to kill you on purpose? It ain't going to bite you. It's just going to exist. Fuck that shit. It was a cicada. Dude, they buzz really hard. I was going to say, I've had a cicada get stuck in my hair, but not a cicada killer. Like, I don't even know what that's like. But the cicadas, when they get stuck, those giant wings buzz really fucking hard. They're a little alarming. I would have probably crashed my car on accident. The triangle window's a fucking hazard. It is. Yes, in the hair. Yes. Oh my God. So many times, Des. So many times. Do you have arachnophobia? Oh my God, Funk. So, for anyone new to my channel or just hanging out or whatever, or you've never heard about the lots of little creatures behind me, I never bring out a spider on camera or point one out or do anything spider related without having a massive alert on my screen that says spider warning. And we put spider warnings in chat. I actually have a special spider Discord channel for pictures of spiders and things like that because I'm so respectful of that. Like, I absolutely understand a phobia. Like, I never, ever, ever want to bring about fear and uncomfort. Like, phobias are unreasonable. I have one. I know what it's like. Like, there is no reason. They can be as harmless as fuck and you still like, absolutely not. And if it makes you feel better, I do not hold my spiders. Like, I want nothing. They're like a fish tank to me. Throw some food in, watch it. It's a fish tank, but a cactus fish tank. They're the best. They're just super low maintenance. But I would never. I always put up big old warnings for it. Like, we'll do feeding days and stuff like that. I actually probably have one coming up here pretty soon because it's warming up and they're all getting really active. But I always put up so many warnings and things because, I mean, seriously, for me, I do have an absolute irrational phobia of needles. I have no control over my response to a syringe being injected into somebody, like a big syringe. I faint. Every time. 100% of the time I faint. It's kind of comical at this point. I just let people know, like, when I go get boosters and shit, like, I'm probably going to knock out for a second. Just leave me be. I'll come back. I absolutely get it. If there's someone getting a shot, I'm just thinking about it. I want to, like, rip my arm off. I will turn away from a TV and tell me when it's over. I can't even look at it. I get it. I fucking get it. Ooh, is music loud? Thank you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I totally get it and I respect it. And I would hope someone would respect mine as well. You know? Like, I ain't about that life. Is the music better? Thank you, Genova. As long as the slider isn't near me, I just get the full body. The spider isn't near me, same. I mean, no shit. I've had absolute moments where I've told chat the next day, like, twice now it's happened where a wolf spider was in my bed. We have lots of wolf spiders. I think wolf spiders are pretty much fucking everywhere. Just those brown house spiders that are totally harmless. And one time, my bed is my safe place. That's where I can wear a t-shirt and panties and don't worry about nothing touching me weird. Like, it's your safe place, right? So out of nowhere, I'm sitting there with my iPad, like, reading or something, and I fuck you not, it was a wolf spider like this big, just goes, and exorcist crawled up the wall behind me. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, get it, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Screeching. And yet, that's my safe place. That's not where the spiders be. And then Zach's like, oh, it's just a wolfie. And puts it outside. Like, I get it. There should be no shame in having a fear. Like, just don't surround yourselves with assholes that want to poke at you with that shit. I would never. But just to be safe. And to be real with you, spiders and tarantulas are almost exclusively nocturnal. They hate light, people, anything. So the chances of you actually ever seeing movement or seeing one back here is zilda none. It is so fucking uncommon. They like I said, it's like taking care of a cactus in a box. You just never see them, really. Most of these are just tanks of dirt. To the common observer, you wouldn't even know. Reenie, my love, how are you? In your shoes? I always do shoe checks. I stomp on my shoe tips. I can't do it. I had one in my bed once. I freaked. I would too. That's not where they're supposed to be. I'm lucky to have a doctor for a father. Yes. Got me used to needles early. Gave me my childhood vaccines. You know what's funny? My whole family is medical, but because phobia is like, from what I learned in school about a phobia, granted, psychology, science changes. It could be different now. But from when I learned, a phobia is something you're not born with. It is irrational because it is something that happened to you that was so fucking traumatic emotionally for you that it actually altered your brain chemistry, which is hard to do, like actually rewiring you on the spot. Therefore, like, getting in a horrific car accident during a monstrosity of a lightning storm can actually give you a phobia of lightning because your body can rewrite lightning to associate it with the horror of a car accident, something like that. And when I was 3 years old, I was running through the woods with a neighbor. I know, thinking back on it, like, why was a 3-year-old in the woods by herself? But anyways, I got my face stuck on some rusty-ass barbed wire. I very vaguely remember this. I was running, and all of a sudden it was like, huh! And I was just like this, like, help! In the woods. All my injuries happened to my mouth, and I don't know why. But I was just hung up by my mouth on this rusty-ass piece of barbed wire in the woods of, like, a chunk of broken fence or whatever. And all I remember is crows were flying over me, and I thought they were cawing at me to help me, so I started screaming at the crows like they were my mom. It was traumatic. But I had to go to the doctor and get stitches and shit, and my mom informed me of this. This was in the 80s when they didn't do, like, ketamine or euthanasia. Oh, my God. Any sort of, like, calming agent for kids if they were going to do stitches or something like that. Like, it was the days of, like, bite the pillow and we're going to reset your leg kind of thing. And so, according to my mother, it took about 7 nurses to pin me down, and all they did was put iodine on my split-up face and sew it up with nothing. Like, no topical, no nothing. And that's all. That's, like, the earliest because I've always had a needle phobia. Like, I will just collapse and I literally faint. It's so weird. I've always had it. That's the earliest incident I can come up with where something got established in my head where that environment just pass out and they'll leave you alone, I guess. I don't fucking know. It's so weird to think back on because I haven't had I've been in the hospital a lot. I've had a lot of injuries, but not some horrific incident in the hospital. And I don't remember that one. So I don't know. I remember afterwards, like, my biological dad. This is like one of the very few memories I have of my bio dad. And I don't remember his voice or anything, but I know he said this to me. He had a pair of, like, roach clips from the hospital, and he was like, Katie, do you like these? And I was like, yes, because I've always liked bugs and little things and little tools and stuff. He was like, you can have these if I can take your stitches out for you. And I hid in the woods. They had to, like, call neighbors to come find me. I ran, like, huh, 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 huh. I was going to live with stitches in my face, I guess. Like, there was no finding me. They literally had to get, like, the neighborhood together to find me in the woods with me stitches in a tree or something. I don't remember any of that. But that's, like, the only thing I can come up with that fucked me up enough to make it so and it's so specific, because you all know I'm covered in tattoos, I have piercings and stuff. It is highly specific to a syringe, a needle going into muscle, and injecting. I've narrowed it down, because y'all know I worked in hospitals. I, like, did ABGs, took blood, like, cut up necks and shit for a living. None of that bothered me. Setting IVs doesn't bother me, because I tested it. Doesn't bother me. It has to be that guy. Yuck! Good morning, Molly. How are you, love? Tore my side open on barbed wire. Same. But my face. It's always my face. I used to be afraid of the dark. I know it's because of my older brother. Then I was a night security guard for 5 years. Now I am the night. Yeah. I'm afraid not of the night, but of small, dark places. Like a closet. Like a walk-in closet without a light. Or like a cellar that you have to walk to the bottom of the stairs before you find a light switch. It's very odd. It's very odd. I don't know why. Nothing's ever happened to me that I'm aware of. Oh, Reenie. Be good. Give love. I got medical tape to cover it. It scabbed over the tape. Oh, got infected. They ripped the tape off. Ah! No! No. Fuck that. The old horror movie Arachnophobia, my parents bought that movie on VHS in 94. Needless to say, that stuck with me for 20 years. That was me in the movie It. At least, well, I was going to say it makes more sense to be afraid of spiders than it does clowns, but I'm going to be honest. I think clowns have killed more people. I think John Wayne Gacy killed more people than spiders have, like, just in one fell swoop. So maybe we should be more afraid of people that want to dress up like clowns. I don't know how many people he killed, though. But, like, there hasn't been a recorded death in America from a spider bite since, like, I want to say the 40s or something like that. And even then, it's questionable because we cannot legally put down in your chart that you were bit by something unless you bring the something in. So you can't come to the hospital and say, it was a hobo spider, because we are not going to do anything. We will not write down hobo spider unless you bring it in. You got to bring in what bit you. Too many. Yeah, I mean, one's too many, right? We don't even need to argue that one. Way too fucking many. And I don't think he's the only person that's dressed up like a clown to be a fucking creep. I think he's like the most famous. And not everybody that wants to be a clown is a creep. Like, don't get me wrong, but I think he's done more. Good morning, Molly. How are you, love? Good. I'm glad. Better. Oh my God, I had the worst. I had a blackout migraine yesterday. I'm feeling like a superhero today. Like, tired and shaky, but man, ain't nothing like not being in fucking pain. That clown shit, does anybody remember when people would just stand out in the woods randomly dressed as a clown with a knife? Why? Why did that start? Because I will shank a bitch. You don't hide in my backyard as a clown. That's rights to shank a bitch. There is no purpose to be a clown in my yard, motherfucker. How did it start? Imagine if that's how you had to get properly treated. You had to bring in the thing that harmed you. I mean, 9 times out of 10, honestly, you kind of do. Like, unless, because there's a lot of anti-venoms and shit that are really expensive, and they won't waste it on you if they don't know what bit you. Oh, if you can, always bring in what bit you if you think you were bit by something. Always. Like, strive for this. Because it absolutely helps us treat whatever. Because, like, for instance, if you're bit by, what is the one that everyone's afraid of in the States? It's not a hobo spider, is it? It's a recluse, brown recluse. For instance, if you're bitten by a brown recluse and you come in with a weird infection and you don't have whatever bit you, we're going to treat it like any old infection and you're going to get gangrene and lose a part of your body. But if you're able to bring in this spider, we know now that those spiders are so fucking filthy, the bacteria on their fangs gets into the wound and then causes gangrene, that we will be able to, we'll actually core that fucking bite out of your back instead of just treating you with antibiotics. Like, there are absolutely different treatments depending on what bit you, and it's not always an anti-venom. Like, a lot of things just are dirty mouth, dirty. Brown recluse, yeah, brown recluse. For years now, people have been like, oh yeah, if you get bit by a brown recluse, you'll get necrotizing fasciitis or gangrene or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Not a thing. There is no venom in the world that is a bacteria or is a bacterial infection. Like, that's not, like, there's no creature that's just like farming a bacteria in a venom duct and then injecting into someone. What happens is, brown recluse live in filthy environments. They tend to live in dusty corners, you know, and the bugs that they're feeding on are also dirty. And all that bacteria from the bugs they're eating sits on their body, and it's almost a defense mechanism for them. But then, like, because they know you're not food, the only reason you're going to get bit is, like, if you try to catch one, if you roll over on one, an accident usually. Their fangs are so fucking sharp and tiny. Oftentimes you have no idea you ever were bit. Therefore, there's no wound care involved. You think you have a mosquito bite on your back that you keep scratching with your poopy fingernails. And it's just like bacteria introduced on bacteria, introduced on bacteria, introduced on bacteria. And that's what causes a necrotizing fasciitis or the rotting flesh. It's a bacteria that causes that. And that bacteria is usually introduced by the fang puncture, unfortunately. But if you come in and say it was a bite, our first reaction is going to be an anti-venom, and then we won't core it out, and you're going to end up with necrotizing fasciitis. Do you see where I'm going? Like, it's the more information you can bring with you, the absolute better treatment and more efficient treatment you are always going to get at a hospital. Always. Because we can't, there is no way for us to guess or know what bit you. We can't do a venom check. Like, that's impossible. It's literally like, unless it's a giant animal with a very specific bite pattern, when it comes to venom and shit like that, there's no fucking way. We have no way. So we just treat it very general. They do. Brown recluse, they're just like black widows, unfortunately, which are another one that can be very dangerous, but they hide in the dark corners. Because and the reason they're there is they want nothing to do with us. They go places that are undisturbed. They're going to live behind a shovel that you touch 2 times a year. But unfortunately, those 2 times a year you touch it, there's going to be a black widow behind it. They don't want, black widows, seriously, they want to be where there's no wind, no light, in the dark, alone, in a little corner where bugs are going to be. They want nothing the fuck to do with us. So when you go there, unfortunately, I've found them everywhere, though. Every state I've ever lived in, I've found black widows. On accident. Like, actually behind a shovel in my Nana's garage one time. That was pretty scary. Always hang winter coats inside out, because brown recluses will nest in the sleeves. Yeah. Ugh, it makes my skin crawl. It's so gross. Both are very common here, and brown widows. Are brown widows just as bad? Because that's different than a false widow, right? Because we have false widows here. We have black widows and false widows are brown. It's very confusing. Oh, do they rock in? Probably because of the giant leaves, right? I bet it's the shade. They love, I've noticed that because we have them here rampant, but they're always like under the eaves of my house or under like the siding eaves. You know, they like dark, cold. They're less bad. Okay. Black widows, I mean, for real, unless you're already immunocompromised or a baby or a very old person, one black widow bite, and all in honesty, isn't enough to really kill you, especially if you're within an hour of a hospital. The only people, and again, it hasn't happened since like the 30s or 40s in our country, the only people that pass away are babies, the elderly, the immunocompromised, and then also some people literally fall into a black widow nest and get bit 500 times. Like, it's happened. Don't do that. I don't want that either. I don't want that for any of us. Oh, the violin spider. I think we might have those here. I think we might have those as well. Not as potent. From what I've heard and read about black widows, the bite is, for the most part, just insanely painful. That's what I've heard. I don't know. Never. You guys know I've had pet black widows. They are not aggressive. They want nothing to do with me. Like, they're very easy to take care of. They don't have a very long lifespan. Like, I've studied them the fuck out of them. But I've heard they're very painful. This is why I always have seen Moose walk through the basement first. Tall people clear out. You know, it took me until like my late 20s to figure out why my friends always let me lead the trail hike or the bike ride. I know your fucking secrets now, you motherfucker. I see you. I can see through I see through your spider webs. I was just like, yeah, I'm leader of the pack. Everyone respects me. I'm doing great, guys. You guys having a fun time? You know what I'm saying? It took me a while. I'm not really fast on the uptake, you know what I'm saying? Legit, when I was picking watermelons and such, the produce farm, we had to roll the melon gourd first to avoid. Oh. You ever see someone get bit? I've heard it's really painful. Yes, we had a bunch of false widows living in our greenhouse. They were swiftly relocated. That's what I do when I find black widows. I'm not afraid of them because, again, I know for a fact they want nothing to do with me. My worst fear is that one's going to get, like, caught up on my dog's fur and then get dragged into the house, into our bed, and bite my dog or me in my bed or something. So if I find one in my garden or on the side of my house, I just relocate it. I just move it out of my yard. They, again, not aggressive. They can be a little fast, but they're not aggressive. It's tall people abuse. I'm fucking saying. That's why you bring a walking stick. I'm not that smart. I literally would do this, though, when I walked forward. A stick would have been better. The violin shape on the thorax head is the easiest way to identify the species of a recluse spider. I think I've read that before, or heard that before, or something like that. That's why they call them, like, the violin spider, right? You've been bit? And it was really painful, huh? That's what I've heard. I've heard that. I worked with a lady who bought a secondhand couch and plopped down on it to take a nap when she got home and woke up to like 7 bites on her back because she rolled on one. And she had to go to the hospital. Like, the pain was so bad, they basically put her in a medical coma until it was over. Fucking sick. Hate it. Also, hella directionally challenged. Same. Same. No one wants me guiding them. I tried to give direction to the family at C2E2. Cinemus quickly stepped in to tell them I was wrong. I'm so bad. I'm such a, like, I'm a, how do you put it? Like a landmark person. I can live somewhere for 10 years and I couldn't tell you what street is the next street over from me. I know what street I live on because of my address, and that's it. but I know I'm landmarks. Like take a right at the Safeway and then take a left at the high school and then take a right at the museum and then you're gonna keep going straight until you see that big construction zone on fire and then you're gonna take a. It's and someone can try to describe like you're just gonna go down to Rainbow and take a left on Fuck Twat and I'm like, what are those? Are those roads? I don't know where those are. Oh, is that by the church? The weird church with like the crucified Jesus out front? Okay, yeah. That's where it's so, I'm exactly the same. It's terrible. And trying to give directions to someone that doesn't function that way, I'm sure we sound special. I know. Do we need to go outside, bub? You need to take a potty? Oh, so when I was going through my phone last night to look for that cicada video, I ran into all the pictures of these guys as puppies. He was this big. And I held him like this. And he was licking my face. My little runt boy. You are so small. You look exactly the same, though. You still have the exact same sad eyes all the time. Little, I mean, they were butterballs. That's all I can describe them as because they just had that big milk belly and then these little nubbin legs. I mean, they couldn't walk up one step. We had to lift them up steps. And now they can go across my 9-foot fence. He really is Anubis. That's what I say. Like, he is such a stunning, like, blue-black. Like, I compare him to, like, the most beautiful, like, blue-black Asian hair. That's all I can compare him to in terms of, like, a natural color. Because I've had black cats and stuff, and, like, when they go in the sun, you know how they kind of have a brown glow to them, and they look like that dark chocolate that is equally as gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. He shines blue. Like, he's really kind of monochromatic, even though I think his eyes are brown. But they could be black. Like, maybe you're just actually my little, like, melanistic bitch. I love it. You're perfect regardless. And this all these guys, his little, that, and then his little strike. Where is it? There it is. His little white strikes. But yeah, he's beautiful. He really is. He's so, like, shiny, glossy, like, shoe polish black. It's unique. Most dogs end up with that brown black, which is just as gorgeous, don't get me wrong. I didn't pick my dog because I was like, oh, he's blue black and he's special. He was the runt. No shit. He was so tiny. I thought he was going to be really small. And I was like, I'll nurture him. And now he's 85 pounds and laying on my desk. They are just the cutest thing. Puppies are crack, man. I couldn't work with them. I'd take them all home. His little, no shit. Someone on stream taught me. It's called his milk chin. Like, it's only there when his hair grows out a little bit. And apparently it's like in reference to when they nurse, and they have like the milk drip. It's his little milk chin. No. You want to go potty, bud? Oh, yeah. Is it time to go outside? Don't go outside. Okay. No shit. I mean, and I remember him as a runt, and I didn't pick him because of that, but he was significantly smaller than Lilith. And I remember when I was taking him home, thinking, like, he's so small. Like, I hope nothing's wrong with him, because he was just smaller head, smaller features, everything. And looking back on those pictures, he absolutely was. He was like half her size. And now he's my ham steak. Are you just a big beefcake now? Yeah. Look at this runt boy. Yeah. Runt my ass, huh? Says my 85-pound lump of love here. Yep, exact same litter and same parents. They're brother and sister. Mm-hmm. Yep. We got them at the same time, which is crazy, right? Apparently Lilith's color pattern is pretty fucking rare. I don't know. They don't know how to, like, get it. It just happens. Her whatever she is, that, like, cafe au lait thing going on. Oh, yeah, this one, his belly. It's his fate. You want to go outside? Yeah, he needs to piss. All right, let's take a break. Then we can snuggle more. Stand up. I'm going to get my water because I'm deeply thirsty. And D to the motherfucking hydrated. Get some water, load a bowl, stretch, pee after sex, and wash your hands and do other things. I'll be right back. I'm fucking good. Dude, that cat roll goes really good with the song beat. No shit. Also, I just noticed $2,021.69. I don't know who did the 69, but congrats. That's glorious. What's a party? Hold on. Oh, cute. Ow. I'm not swiveling, I swear. But, oh, come on. Hold on. There it is. Look at that sweet baby. Cute. I don't know what this movie... I feel like the beginning of this song is in some movie, but that wasn't the one I was thinking of. Real Genius? Was it? Maybe? This beat. What is it? Maybe it was in, like, in a commercial or something. It was pervasive for quite some time. That's a perfect baby. Look at that baby. You know, sometimes, I mean, I don't know if Trick is hurting me per se, but he absolutely will try to guide me where he wants to go with his head. Like, he's always at my hip and he walks with me through the hall, but like if he wants to go outside and I'm walking straight to this room instead, he'll kind of like try to get me to turn to go the outside direction. I don't think it was in Breakfast Club. Breakfast. That's my boy. It's in all the movies. Yeah, it was in so many different movies. It's a great song, though. It's still fucking great. It's one of those songs that was in a lot of movies, but it wasn't killed for me. There's a lot of songs out there that, like, they just got associated with that one movie, and now I can't move. I can't move beyond it. I have an itch. I don't know. That was, what's the, Don't You Forget About Me. That's the Breakfast Club one, right? Well, one of them. I mean, there's a lot of songs in there, but that's like the one. Oh, I have the worst itch on my heel right now. Maybe I got a mosquito bite. Damn it. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, that was the Breakfast Club one. That's what I thought. Yeah, that's when he does like the thing. My ex had cerebral palsy and walked with a limp. The pupper didn't like it. She didn't know what was up with that, so she nipped at her heels once. Oh, little bitch. She's like, Dad, it's the weak one. Want me to show you a weak little dog? They do the same to me. They heard me, or like, if I'm walking through the hall, like I do the, walk, stop, hard stop, because I forgot what the fuck I was doing in the other room and went back. And Trick follows me, and he hard stops and like gooses me in the ass constantly to try to get me to keep going forward. And I have to turn around and go back to the other room because whatever the fuck I was doing. Oh, was it in the background of The Watchmen? Oh, this song though. Jesus. I'm so glad I got Spotify back. It just is great. It reminds me of music I've forgotten about. That's just fantastic. She was like trying to correct the behavior the way dogs do. Yeah. Put up shelves. Oh, dude, be careful. An insane tornado, like a real one. Okay, I'm gonna let that buffer for a minute. I'm gonna get the game up. We'll watch that and then we'll play Hades to cleanse our brains. I mean, just as of recently, tornadoes have become quite the fear of mine. Like, I was completely, I guess, just an idiot and I did not fully encompass tornadoes, though. Like, wind. I tweeted this morning, wind makes me anxious. I don't know what it is. I think it's like, I just feel too many things at one time or something. Like, and this morning, we had the wind was so strong outside. Like, it was whipping the dogs around, and it was crazy, and it makes me anxious. It's so bizarre. I don't know. Strong wind like that. We used to get that in Bellingham where I went to college. Like, really strong wind where you could lean against it. We got it in Maryland, too, and it just makes my skin crawl for some reason. We can give you one hell of a blowjob. Oh my God, I wonder though. Safety gear, good. Because that, I mean, seriously, it could crash. Really? Oh man, I love a thunder and lightning storm. We get really cool lightning storms out here. Like, epic lightning storms out here that can be really fucking cool. But the heavy wind shit, I don't know what it is. It's just like, I don't like it. Like, even hearing it when I was in college living in Bellingham, it's on a bay. And so we get lots of ocean wind, like ocean kind of windstorms and stuff like that. And if you can hear it slapping the house, I couldn't sleep. It was so weird. Like, if I could hear it in the trees outside, I literally couldn't sleep. But just wind, which is, I mean, not harmless, as case in point. Meow. I was out there like, tornadoes are nothing. But I grew up around, forest fires and earthquakes. And then the intense leftovers from Florida, I should say. We didn't really get, like, hurricanes, but we got the leftovers, which are pretty fucking wild. But other than that, I've never really experienced something like that. Wind. Just wind fucking you up. It's very, yeah, weird, creepy. Severe weather makes me want to walk into it and hug it. Like, take me, dude. When I was a kid, we used to do that before I knew better. And of course, there was just no one around to tell us different. But I remember as a kid, we used to go swimming in the lake in thunder and lightning storms. Like, we lived on the Columbia River, an offshoot of it called Lake Roosevelt, but it's essentially just like an enormous river. It's like miles wide. It's huge. And we would go swimming in it because when the wind got up, you'd get actual like mini waves going on in this lake. It's so big. And then the lightning would be out, but it'd be warm. Like, it'd be really creepily balmy warm outside, but there'd be this thunder and lightning storm going over your head. We'd go swimming in... I just, like, was a human beacon for lightning. I don't know. We're fucking idiot children, but we used to do that shit all the time. All the time. Not even... I mean, no one was there to be like, you're a beacon for lightning. Stop it. Cheers. They're beautiful, yeah. It's a beautiful, like, and again, not the destruction to people's homes and property and what it costs. And I'm pretty positive none of you would ever take it that way. But just to cover bases, I would never. Like, that is not beautiful. But there's something about nature and its violence. Like, it's what it can do. You know, like, we just went up to Red Rocks recently. And the Red Rocks are a result of tectonic plates, like, crashing against one another and jutting out of the earth at a really weird angles. And you get these enormous, like, red rocks bursting out of the earth. And when you think about the fact that, like, the earth can just do that, it's a little unsettling. Like, you could either be on this part or you could just be on this part. And you go down. I don't, like, where Satan lives. Oh my god, Exa, I'm so sorry. Twitch Mobile is such a garbo. It's the worst. Happy trails. Yeah, the hurricane remnants. I mean, it sounds less than it is if you've never experienced the power of a hurricane. Like, and to me, I have never experienced what it actually feels like in Florida to have a hurricane. But the winds that we would get in Baltimore and Virginia and DC, you could no shit lean like this, like do the Michael Jackson lean against it, and the wind will hold you up. They are wild, and they'll crack trees in half. Like, we have the leftovers alone are very unsettling. I mean, oh god, do y'all remember this was like 10 years ago now? Yuck. Time is gross. Like 10 years ago now, I'm pretty sure this, if I remember correctly, it was like leftovers from a hurricane. But up in Baltimore, we got actual softball hail. Like, it was horrific. People had big old fucking holes in their cars, holes in their roofs, the siding. No shit. The contractor that fixed our house retired he was like 45. He retired. He made so much bank off of fixing these softball holes in people's houses. He retired. Like, it was crazy. I'm pretty sure it was leftovers. But that was one of the, I mean, we've gotten hail that's like this big. That was bombs from the sky. That was horrific. Gimpy right though. Drink water, motherfuckers. And the weird perfect weather post hurricane is alarming. Like, the sun comes out and it's almost like the sky's like, just kidding. That never happened. You didn't see it. And you're like, oh, my leg's over there, motherfucker. What do you mean? What do you mean? I felt it. My head hurts. The places where humans choose to live seems crazy to me. Like, the earth is going out of its way to say, if you build here, I will destroy it. And if you live here, I will kill you. And we're like, how about I do it anyways? It is. I know. We really do populate super, dangerous areas. And then you hear these stories about people who live near active volcanoes. And, like, the DNR will come in and be like, hey, the volcano's erupting and there's lava next to your house. Would you like to move? And they're like, nah. Should someone tell them that we don't win? Like, we don't win against lava. Right? At least I don't think we do. Like, there's no beating that. You just have to go now. And they just die. Like, they just sit in it. Like, arguably, lava is one of the slowest disasters to come for you. Like, you kind of have some time to watch it creep. It's fine. I got my fucking garden hose out there with your straw hat and your chickens. Starting your own fucking KFC. Fuck it. It is. And I've lived in places with, I mean, I've never lived anywhere where there's tornadoes, but I've lived on the West Coast where we have, I want to say horrible. I've never had anything terrible happen from an earthquake, but I know they can. Like, we've got pretty intense earthquakes on the West Coast. And then the volcanoes they're active. And then we've got Yellowstone, which theoretically is going to blow up. But if that blows up, we all die. So, like, whatever. None of us are safe from that. And then on the East Coast, it was just, like, the heavy rains. Like, the leftovers from hurricanes. But it is kind of, where isn't there? Is there a place where there's no kind of natural disasters like that, though? Like, California's going to crack off into the ocean. I don't know. Is there anywhere that doesn't have that? Like, I think everywhere has some sort of extreme, I guess. I was at work when one hit. Oh, God. I was in the parking lot making a call when part of the building came off and landed next to you. That's like a fucking movie, dude. So I dragged it in the back door laughing and told the manager about it. What the fuck? I'm glad you didn't hit you in the fucking head. What? Oh my God, dude, have you ever seen those trash cans in Sweden that make sex noises when you put recycling in them? We're already on that track. Exit, we're on it. I think it was Sweden, correct me if I'm wrong, but no shit, if you pick up trash and throw it away in a public trash, the trash can will be like, oh, mama. I don't know any Swedish, but you know what I'm saying. Smorgasbord. Wild. Wild. Like, we want you to throw away trash so bad, we'll sound fuck you for it. Crazy. No shit, lava can flow at 35 miles per hour. Wow. That's alarming. I actually saw lava, but it was really slow. It was not that. Dog fuzz. When I was in Maui many years ago, before it went up in flames, sadly, we got to take kayaks around the edge of the island to the part where the island was still growing, because Maui's one of the most baby islands. Like, it's actually still just oozing lava all the time. And we got to see it, and it was just kind of like just very slowly, like almost so slow you couldn't tell, creeping. And you just saw steam coming out of the water, and that's how you knew it was still going. It was very eerie. Because we were so close to it. Like, I could have reached out and touched it, but it would have quite literally incinerated my hand. It's very, very eerie shit. Sweden or Germany, yeah, one of them, and it's amazing. Had a baby earthquake in Michigan, a few tornadoes. What? You had a tornado? Yeah, I've heard, doesn't Michigan gets pretty fucking, you guys get like feet of snow sometimes, right? It moans with happiness to receive your garbage dick. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. I love it. The Native Americans have said that my area is protected by the Canadian River, that we don't get tornadoes. In 26 years I've lived here, I kid you not, we didn't have tornadoes in my town until the people from Moore and other states started moving here because we didn't get them. They're bad luck. Time to... Yeah, you just gotta stay away from Rainier, really. I don't think there's Washington... but you do... Washington gets pretty severe weather. Like, I remember, at least Eastern Washington did. Summers would be above 100, and winters we'd have feet of snow. Like, it was pretty intense. Extreme weather. I don't know if that's considered, like... It's a disaster to me. I'm restarting Steam. Sorry. Steam's being a douche cockle. Don't be a douche. Motherfucker! Okay, there it is. Piss ass. You guys get hurricanes, Aquarion? No shit. I knew you had flooding, because, basically, isn't your agriculture kind of, dependent on it a little bit? It does exist. Even in my country, apparently. Hey, dude. Magic. Worst weather we get down here is a few days a year where the wheelie bins blow down the road. We get that all the time. It's actually pretty hilarious. Like, I've actually found my mail, like, a mile down the road. Because it just blows. The wind here can get really fucking intense. All right, let me move chat so I can see you guys. Western Washington weather's mild compared to the East. Both are not bad by Midwest standards. Oh, absolutely not. The Midwest is something unique in itself. I've seen pictures of people who open their front door and there's snow up to here. Like, packed to their eye level. I've never lived anywhere like that. That's insane. I think below sea levels you get hurricanes, right, though? So that would, because, the Gulf, that's essentially the Gulf, right? I'm an idiot, so please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm open to it. But I think that's like the Gulf. That's below sea level, if I remember. I know Maryland was, and we definitely got the leftovers from hurricanes, which are terrifying. So loud. I mean, just wind, man. I mean, it's not even a stoner thought. Like, I seriously think about wind sometimes, and just this invisible death force that exists and blows shit around, and we just, like, accept this invisible whatever that moves stuff. It's kind of bizarre. Hades is launching. Just stuck. It's just been sitting there. I don't know what to do. Having a great time. Island protects us from hurricanes. Only thing in the Netherlands is just the ocean. Well, yeah, the sea. You guys are the Atlantic, right? That shit is wild. Although I heard that this is so fucking random, but I follow a lot of like cute animal things on Instagram and shit. And I read that up north near you guys, I believe, there's a pod of beluga whales that have adopted a narwhal that got lost from its own pod. And so they're hoping that we will have narlugas, because apparently that's a thing. Like, it happens in nature. Like, everyone's impressed by that big old knob. That's what I'm saying. They called them narlugas, like the scientists did. I'm not making that up. I love it. It's a narwhal luga. I love it so much. I know. I love it because they all look so they're. I mean, isn't a narwhal's kind? The belugas found their fucking unicorn, and all I could think is when you see them pod swimming, like this, the footage showed them. My game is stuck. What's happening? Cancel. When you see them like pod swimming, do none of them accidentally get stuck with that horn? There we go. That's weird. It didn't bring up the little DirectX thing last time. Go, bitch! There we go. Dear Hades, I love you so much. Just sometimes you're a dick about it. I think I won't be able to pay attention to if I have to piss. Go piss, girls. Oh, is it one of those, like, sweep the foyer, Joffrey? Or, like, make sure not to kick your shoes too far in the foyer kind of thing? Or for those of us who has a fucking mudroom, because we're not fancy pants. Yeah, go piss, girls. Every couple of hours, we take a break. We stand up, we stretch our dicks, we drink some water, we load a bowl, do what we need to do. I started hella late today, so I figured we could at least go an hour late and actually do another run instead of me just blab. Thank you to everyone who has participated in our wonderful Control Alt Donate charity. Our team is just full of fucking incredible human beings, and it's every day. I get I'm not competitive.
You are.
Do what we need. Yes. Stretch, get some water. I need to get some more water, actually. Every couple of hours we take a break. I run an ad to get it the fuck out of the way so we don't have to worry about it happening while we're hanging out. And get some water. Oh. That's my boy right there. Look at that dick up motherfucker. Just living his best life. Is that my boy? Hi, Bubba. What are you up? You have a good nap, bud? Was it everything you hoped and wished for? Hi. He's so cute. No, he's actually been really, really good. Nope, no bubble guts or anything. I actually, like, we ran out of the, normally we do dehydrated lung treats for them and stuff like that. We ran out, and we had a bunch of, like, chicken breast in the freezer, and I looked up a recipe on how to make homemade dog treats, i.e. just dehydrated chicken. And they love them! And it's so fucking easy. It's literally just, like, chopping it up, rolling it up, like, tossing it with olive oil, and then putting it on, like, a cookie sheet or something in the oven, but like with a, what is it called? Like a mesh sheet on top of it so that airflow can get underneath the meat as well, and then putting it on like 200 for hours and just letting it dehydrate, but they love it. And no bubble guts. We've had good poops, huh, bud? No pukes. We've actually been really good, huh? We've been feeling good. You seem to be. You look good. You're a handsome man. He's such a a rack. Yes, like a cookie rack. Exactly. Thank you. That was the word that was escaping my brain. Yeah. Just spreading it out on like a cookie rack and letting it dehydrate. But it's essentially what we buy for him, and we just had a bunch of extra chicken breasts and stuff in the freezer, so they loved it. Huh, bud? You're so pretty. Are you looking at the screen? What's going on? You're so cute. You want to go outside? We need to run an ad and get it out of the way so we can try to fight this next boss, okay? You're so cute, bud. You're just half asleep, huh? Yeah, I don't even know. Is this reality? You're such a good dog. Poodles just be poodling. We'll take a break here shortly. We just have to let the boy wake up. He makes his own dog treat brand from all natural stuff. Hell yeah. I love that. And that's basically what I aim for. Like, we vowed no human food when we got them as puppies because I didn't want them to be attracted to human food. So, like, if I accidentally drop a chocolate chip, I don't have to worry about them going for it. They don't. They wait for me to give them a signal that says, like, okay, you can go for whatever dropped on the floor, which is so nice. I'm so glad we did something like that. But it also keeps them real healthy, which is nice. The bubble guts, they have such a touchy tummy, right? And Rod has one of their like a younger generation siblings, same parents, same place though, and she has the same thing. Like, one thing they love to do, it's the weirdest habit they all do. I've noticed all three of them. They will drink water like they've never seen water before in their entire life, and then go running around and then just projectile like exorcist vomit water. What is this? Yup. Like, they both do it. All poodles. It's like, they're like, oh my god, water. And then they go run around in circles and then look straight at you like, all over everything you love. You're like, you are the second smartest breed, theoretically. Show me. What's happening? I just get really thirsty, Bob. How about thirsty, big boy? You're very handsome, big boy. Look at that nose. You want to go outside? Go outside and go potty. The eyebrows kill me. I can't lift my other eyebrow. I can only lift one. I've only got one people's eyebrow for you, Bubba. Do you wanna go to Disneyland? Baby Bob. That sounds like a great plan. He really is. I got very blessed with a very, very sweet boy. He's just all love and snuggles, and he's a goofball. Like, he's a fucking clown. I love watching him just entertain himself and run around in circles and be a dork. Yeah, he's just there. Like, he's straight up. He's doing the side lean on me, kind of exactly the same position I'm in right now. And he's very happy. He could sit like this for quite some time. He's just watching shit. I don't know what he's looking at, but he's very chill dog. He's always just there. He follows me around and will sit at my feet and just like watch. He's very inquisitive, but not in a weird way. Just like watches. I've never had a dog like this. They're either like involved or not. They're siblings from the same parents and everything. Yeah. What I was taught, the way Lilith looks, like her like strange coloring, it's called cafe au lait or like apricot. There's a couple different like official names for it, but they don't know how they, like, there's not like a recipe. It's what's the word for it? Recessive. They're recessive genes. So they happen totally randomly. So all the puppies looked like Trick except two looked like Lilith. Yeah, I think apricot's the correct. It's looks like a deer, kind of. Like they're that cool beige color, but they have a different beige down their belly, like a lighter. But all the other puppies look like my boy, just a pretty. You're all pretty. All dogs are gorgeous, I have to be honest. I say you don't know. You're my most handsome boy. But, like, all dogs are gorgeous, and I love all of them. Even the naked ones. You're a handsome motherfucker, though. Don't go outside. Okay, let's go outside. All right, break, my dudes. Get some water. Load a bowl. You know. The huge. Stretch your backs. He's very excited. Yeah, he is. He's very, like, smug / content when he gets to sit on me in any way. Like, if I lay down on the floor, he'll just kind of lay next to me, but put his arm. He does this kind of, like, the most interesting man in the world. He does this one. So he'll have his arm up on me somehow and do, like, that half body lean on me, like, that's right, bitch. I know what's up. And it's precious, and I love it so much. Like, I was really excited to have dogs that snuggle. Okay, break. That's what we're doing. Music, where is it? All right, I'll put on music. I love you guys. BRB, go stretch. The app open on my phone and accidentally hit, like, next song or something. And when I went to itch my nose, I felt like there was a fucking dog hair on my nose so bad. I'm so sorry. I did that via my phone, literally in the yard with the dogs. Okay, cool. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people are like me in that not hearing the end of a song drives you fucking crazy, and I hate cutting a song like that. It always makes me feel bad. It was an accident, but they're all great. No shit, the song I was gonna play next was a Fleetwood Mac song, and I lost it by itching my nose. So I'm glad I was able to find another one, because I fucking love Fleetwood Mac. It's so magical. These were magical times, man. I don't know. Unique music era. Music's still good. There's still good music out there, but it's kind of I swear there's a dog here on me. It's kind of special that, you know, like a once in a lifetime kind of thing a little bit. Did a parody of what? There's a fucking dog here on me. I'm gonna nuts. I know, I started late, Kills. Because, you know, technically it's my day off, I was like, I'm going to sleep in anyway. I'm going to not have an alarm. But then it's so weird, but for some reason, super intense wind makes me really anxious. I don't know what it is. And we've had, like, really crazy windstorms lately. Like, all day, like, really intense fucking windstorms. And it just made me anxious, so I started late. But I wasn't planning on going this late, but I figure we'd at least go until we die. It feels weird cutting a run. A Hades run before you die. Like, not necessarily cutting it, but trying to jump back into it. Even if it's just tomorrow, I kind of forget my build a little bit. It's weird. I don't like jumping in, especially when it's towards the Hades fight, and I'm like, what the fuck did I make? I'd rather just go till it, you know, inevitably crashes and burns. Cheers. Let me repack really quick. Hold on. The next fight is the Bull and what's his name? Yes, Glut's been reminding me what time it is. I know. I realized it was that late, and I was like, oh, I hate cutting it. I did. She's so fucking pretty. She's just a cute, precious baby. Oh. Toto was in my ear and I didn't hear you, but your face is cute. I appreciate your face. Katie, there's a homeless guy in your house.
I said if someone wants to play a new game.
Oh, you gifted me a game on Steam? I'll have to check. Sneaky slut. We shall fucking see. This is my room, bitch. Come at me. I'm guessing he might have got me Hades 2, which would be, I mean, the jealousy. Everyone is literally raving about it on Twitter. But I'm glad I gave it. Daddy wants to play. That felt gross. Every once in a while, I like let myself slip and make a daddy joke, and I immediately feel disgusting. Immediately. I'm like, oh, that was gross. I hate it. I hate that. Never want to do that again. Like Supermarket Simulator? Oh god. We shall see. Let's finish this run and that'll be our treat to see what the fuck Zach did to my Steam. But maybe I will be waiting less time. I don't know. I'm gonna try to wait. We'll see how great it is. I know, kills, it happens all the time. It's literally my mouth runs and I'm like, and I just see like Zach's face instantaneously crinkle and I'm like, yeah, we both hated that so much. I just want to apologize to everyone. My ancestry line, like, yuck. Welcome, Cocky. You just made it in time for one of the worst boss fights in the game. And a cheers. Welcome home from work, love. Cheers. Yep. To each their own. Consensual, legal, do your shit. Like, yeah. It's like, allow me to seppuku myself. Because I can't do this anymore. Motherfucking Ezekiel _ ay. I'm so sorry. But also not at all. Thank you for starting the class, keeping the class alive, and giving us wings for 61 fucking months. 5 years plus a month. Love you back.
That's such a long time. I still can't believe it. That's crazy. 5 years? No.
Wow. What? That burned. That was a hot hit. Please give me a moment. What the fuck? That was hot. I love you. Oh, God. Sometimes they're just burny. My Nana used to call my grandpa daddy. And it wasn't even a sexual thing. She just referred to him as daddy. Like, you know how some moms say, like, your father or your dad? And I always thought it was real creepy. None of my aunts called him daddy that I'm aware of. Oh, that was a burning one. Sorry, one moment. Hola, me llamo Catalina, ¿y Ow. Sometimes they're just a little hot. Okay. Perfect for a fight. I'll be focusing on my lungs instead. So correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I've been told. So that's why I was excited to get the pre-battle with the bull. So from what I understand, when you get that battle with the bull's going to be easier to beat when you get to the boss battle. I think that's real. I don't know. It's not like so noticeable that I'm like, oh yeah, he's so easy to beat. But that's what I've been told. So I usually get excited if we get the bull like early on and we get like the early bull fight. I don't know. Good. I had a horrible migraine yesterday. It's just so fucking good. I don't know. I never get sick of Hades. I could do it forever. It's like kind of mindless, but also 1000% not mindless. I don't know. It's if you like any type of game like that. Ooh, let's read Danica since we were being competitive and saying we were gonna beat her ass or something earlier today. Or I don't know. I know I was literally trying to open my Steam gifts. Thank you! Zach got me Hades too. So thank you. So oh man. So tomorrow on the Tuesday of Tuesdays, we shall see. I'm going to stick to what I said. I'm going to get in those reviews and I'm going to see. But from you guys and from everybody else and from you guys watching other people, I've heard nothing but bad things. I've heard nothing but bad things, nothing but good things. Please excuse me. Bad things, Katie? What? Good things. It's waiting for tomorrow is gonna suck. That's about it. Waiting for tomorrow is gonna suck a bunch of dick. So I better as well. Today was fucking fun though. I mean, irregardless of anything, regardless, Hades, the first Hades is one of the most perfect games. Supergiant has yet to make a game that I don't absolutely adore. That's just facts. They just pump out pure hot magic. I mean, the first one I think I ever played by them was Bastion, and I've played all of them, I believe, now, because we finally played Pyre. And that was the one that was like, I was waiting for them to announce Hades 2 before I ever touched Pyre, and when they announced Hades 2, we finally played Pyre. And now there's Hades 2. And it's just, I just love Supergiant so much. They're so fucking good. I'm not bad. They just draw me that way. Yeah. Waiting for tomorrow is going to suck, but it'll be good. Supergiant absolutely has the juice. I don't know what it is. They figured it out. They figured out like the what's the word? Recipe, like the recipe to just doing it right. I don't know. The animation's off the charts. It's always fucking stunning. I mean, you guys, the fact that Amelia narrates this game and I have to wait like 15, 16 hours. This is terrible time. We're going to have a terrible time. We're all going to go. We're not going to think about it until tomorrow, right? It's going to be a great time. We should celebrate. It's perfect to do charity while celebrating because I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to walk away and it won't even be on my mind. But wow, my patience sucks. So I'm pretty excited. Dude, the amount of people that it says they've added it to their library, so many people. I'm so excited. The first game is just so fucking phenomenal. Save file tomorrow? I know, right? Second save file? I would never. I genuinely love getting to start a new game like this on stream with friends. There's something, and I know you know what I mean. There's something more magical about it. There's something super fun about getting. It's almost like it gives me the same kind of jitters as going to a midnight release back in the day. I think the last midnight release I ever went to was Skyrim, and then they kind of just stopped doing them. It wasn't for lack of wanting to go to them; they just stopped because the internet and stuff. But it was 11/11/11, which is 2011. That's insane. That was a long time ago. I think that's the last midnight release I went to. But that. Everybody in the line, not even if you're being social, you don't have to know anybody, but you're aware that everyone there has the same excitement. We're all there at midnight for a video game. Yeah, they were fun, dude. I almost always kind of made casual friends just in line, just because everybody's in line for the same thing. We're all kind of excited. And I feel like getting to start a new game on stream gives me the same kind of I get really excited, especially when it's one like this. Oh, God. It's been a long time fucking coming, man. A long time coming. No, never. It's because everybody there gets it. That's how I felt the first time I ever went to a TwitchCon. Exact same feeling. That's what I came back with immediately when I told my community. It was the first time in my life that I walked into a room and it was inherent. I just felt it. Everybody here gets it. You know? You're not going to be judged for the way you look or maybe being a little socially awkward. Or whatever, everybody just gets it. We're all shut-ins that play video games, and this is our once-a-year come out, and be grateful for it. We're all going back in a few days. And we all go get a little embarrassingly drunk and eat good food, and then we go home. And I'm sure a lot of us can relate to that in one way or another, but I'd never felt that in my life. I'd never been to a convention before my first TwitchCon. That was, I think that was my first one, and then I went to PAX. Either PAX East or TwitchCon, I went to them in the same year, kind of one of those was my first con, but both of them same feeling, and it was just hot magic. I don't know. I'd never had that before. Those were my first two cons, and I'd quite genuinely never had a feeling like that before, and it was to this day is pretty fucking. It's so weird, you know. You can trying to explain it to someone who doesn't understand the live content thing. It's really hard. Like trying to explain to them, like, no, dude. I know these people. I've known this person for 8 years, and they're like, oh yeah, where did you meet them? The internet. Have you ever met them IRL? No. How do you know them? Oh, I could probably pick them out in a crowd. Are you fucking kidding me? We've talked every day for 8 years. And whenever, I mean, it's 100% of the time, every time I've gone to a con and I get to meet up with community members, and especially people I haven't ever met before, it's almost like picking up a conversation that didn't end. There's no awkwardness. It's just like, oh, you're you, I'm me. That's, yeah. There's nothing. I've never had, like, it's less awkward than normal, like, interactions I've had with people that I had to see every day at work on a regular basis, I guess. I don't know how to explain that. It's unique, and I fucking love it. You're hot magic! Fucking got him. I'm Rember, you're glow. No shit. Yes, Funk. I was telling people no shit right before I raided you the other day. I was telling my chat, like half the devs that work at ESO, all of them met their significant others in like EverQuest or Dark Age of Camelot. And most of them met each other when they were like in their teens and just played online games for like 6 years before ever breaching the topic of like, hey, you wanna... And then one of them would fly the other way. But I love that because that's like old internet days when I know a lot of us were around playing that kind of shit, but a lot of us like got a lot of that judgment of everyone on the internet's a fucking creep and you're all creeps and blah, blah, blah. Go outside and play with a stick. Guess what? I do both. So who's really winning here? I think it's me. Dude, we were excited to see you. I've been trying to raid people from the charity every day. It's good because there's a lot of people from our stream group that my community doesn't know. What they were talking about on Dev Hour, is it similar? See, I feel like I've been told this, actually. I feel like I was raised a little bit Gen X-y just because my parents were older. Like, I'm the second youngest of 8. And, you know, I'm, I guess, older millennial, generational, stupid names like that. I hate them so much. But I wasn't born to cell phones or, you know, the internet. That didn't come about till I was in high school-ish, and you were rich if you had it. That was wealthy fuckers, which was exactly 0 people in my town. Nobody had that shit at all. I didn't have a cell phone until I was 16, and my parents got me that Nokia brick that had Snake on it but no texting in case I crashed my car and died, which was ironic because there was no cell phone reception anyways. Like, none of that existed at all. But I know there's, you know, those generation things are so big. There are some millennials, whatever, they were born into iPads or iPhones or whatever, but I wasn't. No one had that shit. You were rich if you had a Blu-ray or a player or something like that. Those were the fucking rich people, like dermatologists and shit. Yeah, rich people had the Blackberries and stuff. I had a Blackjack. It was the off-brand one. The Nokia brick literally survived me totaling my car in high school. That thing's was indestructible. It's probably still alive somewhere, to be honest. I agree. I stopped saying IRL friends, RevoltCon. That used to be the common term. I'm sure you did it too. Like back in the day, you know, had your IRL friends. I stopped. It's just somebody I know. Except if I'm talking to someone who doesn't know who I'm talking about, you know, I don't describe people by like where I met them or how you know what I mean? Like, it's all a wash to me. I've been here too long and established way too many fucking valuable relationships through Twitch. God forbid. I know a lot of people like to rag on it, but it can be a great place to fucking just make friends. That it's invaluable to me. I wouldn't have any friends if it wasn't for this shit. I want a flak jacket made out of the old 90s Nokia phones. It would survive totaling into a creek. Just source me. It'd be fine. The car would be fucked, but the phone would be ringing. I know, they keep making them more... I feel like it was like VHS to CD. I hated CDs. They were so delicate, so fucking easy. I mean, and we went from, you know, you could literally rip a tape out of the tape deck, toss it in the back seat, and jam the next one in, to suddenly you were like, scalpel, boop, boop, boop. Forceps, boop, boop, boop. Heart rate is rising. A scratch occurring. The wind blew. It will never run again. It will skip during the chorus until you die. Fuck your life. And you're like, ah! CDs, though. What the fuck was that? And then we went MP3. And I guess still Blu-rays and shit. But that I mean, what? Why? Who did that? Who made that good? I mean, there was just... I don't know if any of you were like me, but I absolutely had a spool that I jammed every single CD I owned on for quite some time before I realized, oh, these aren't tapes. And all of them would skip during the chorus of every song I loved ever. I was a dumbass. I didn't know any fucking better. I was used to throwing them in the trunk for fuck's sake. Fucking Christ. Non-skip CD players were garbage. Those weren't real. That's a scam. I swear my mom's non-skip CD player skipped more than mine did. My new to me car won't play mixed CD. It won't play your mixed CDs. Why? Are they like MP3s or something? That's Little Black Dress Hard, same. Yep. And the vast majority of my online socialization has transitioned into IRL and further socialization. Like, I don't know. I don't think there's really... Just because you see someone in real life, how do you know them somehow more than someone you have a conversation with? Otherwise, I don't know. I think it's bullshit. The Doom Spool. Yep, I had the Doom Spool. It was terrible. And you had to, like, yank all of them off and shuffle them like cards. Oh, my God. It makes my asshole cringe even thinking about what I used to do to my CDs. But... when they first came about, no one told me. I didn't have a CD book or anything. Like, I had the spool. I didn't know any better. And the nightmares of just so much music destroyed because I just didn't. It was easy transport, and I didn't fucking know any better, and they were destroyed. Ugh. The shit. Wait, Evelyn's been having on your chat for years, one of my besties. Dude, fuck yes. You know, that happens a lot. There's a lot. I call it the inbreeding or like the crossbreeding, but there's so many instances where it's people from other communities cross over, but the streamers don't for like 7 years. And suddenly when we do, we're like, wait, are all my friends here? Was I the weird one no one invited? Like, aw, man, is this that moment I walked in the room to something I definitely wasn't invited to? I guess I'll go. One of them's... I've never personally experienced it, but fuck, I've like heard it sucks or whatever. It's fine. I think we were all the weird kid. My dudes. Hades 2 is like on my PC. It's not installed, but my boner is so hard. Amo Raid, I don't know. Who was it? Danica? We were in competition with her, but if she's winning, you have to go give her a hard time, but also help her win because she's on our team. It was like friendly competition between team members, but I'm being told what's up. They look like little records, so I treated them. That was smart. I was not of the record. Miss Ma'am, hello. Do you want to come say hi? Do you want to come say hi, Lil Bill? Come here. Crawl the tunnel. Yes, my girl. Hi. How are you? That was a weird way to get up here, but all right. Oh. Hi, baby girl. How are you? Good. You're very cute. You're very big. You don't really fit anymore. I'll go outside and play. Do you guys hear the fucking burps coming out of this creature? She's my elegant motherfucker. Wait, what if Danica cosplayed Katie for the milestone? Oh my god. I mean, I don't know if you guys know my girl Danica. I'm gonna rate her so you will know her. She is one of the most talented cosplayers, and I know many. Her makeup skills are off the charts. She's quite literally, I've watched her transform herself. And that would be all, yeah. I don't know if she could take the challenge because she too
Isn't competitive in any way, shape, or form, and her heart isn't broken when she loses things.
but also it is. And she might do it, and I don't know, that the uncanny level of that might, I don't know. That might freak me out. Huh, Bill? Are you good now? Miss Cute Stuff. This is the cafe au lait weird thing I was talking about that apparently is like apricot or something. For deer shit. I don't fucking know. Okay. My brain's dying. I'm rating my friend Danica. Again, you be nice, you be awesome, you be loving, and you help out with our awesome charity. If she turns herself into me, I might vomit, but you have to tell me if it's happening. Thank you for hanging out with me, even though it was normal day off. I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday, but blackout migraine, what are you going to do? Thank you for being awesome. I appreciate you. It was a weird day to stream, because normally never happens, but I had a fucking good time, and I love Hades, and I love you guys, and that's it. So, be good to my girl. Obviously. This one's trying to climb up my lap with a bad leg, and I'm trying desperately to stop her. But we shall be entertained, yes, Pood? Oh, you're farting. Delicious. You smell like ass. We love it. Pee after sex, wash your hands, and be good. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning for some motherfucking
Hate us too. Hate us too!
I'm going to have a heart attack.